Howdy, howdy, howdy. It is the 10th time I've done this, so of course we have to pull up the ever-loving classic of...
You got me the first 9, but not number 10. Not gonna happen.
Anyway, if anyone's curious about this, I'm going through the... Let me transition over to it. Howdy, the plan here is to go over games on my PSN profiles, which keeps track of games you earn trophies in, and ranking them. I've done 9 different videos of this so far, 9 different streams, I guess, over the past like year or so. I just do it every now and again because I don't know, like jump immediately with it. But anyone curious about those can, of course, go and see them on my YouTube page. Same thing, Gypsy. And last time we left off, because I just got myself a refresher, I watched like the last like 5-10 minutes of the previous one I did just to make sure I knew where I left off at. And we left off at Daxter, specifically Daxter in Jak Daxter: The Lost Frontier. We were skipping the Yakuza games, I would say, since that point. I have actually finally platinumed Yakuza 5. Don't know if I'm going to talk about Yakuza this stream. A lot of these games we're going to go through probably pretty quickly for the most part, because a lot of them are, pretty not great games. But we'll start with a great game, of course. Where the hell is Daxter? Daxter is a great game. Right around here. Okay. Hey, you, stream here. Yeah, whatever. I had to find the place first, Devin, and yes, I saw your I don't care about your game. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't want to put a message because then it's like I don't want to discourage the rest of the community that may be excited about the game. I personally don't give a shit about it. Like, it looks whatever. That's my opinion. I saw you playing a little bit of it. I mean, it just I don't know. Like, it's not about the game. It's about the community. Yeah, but first of all, it's not even community night. So what the fuck do you mean? It's or it was Thursday. Now it's Friday. Space Jesus. I mean, Space Jesus might be willing to do. That's my alternate account. I mean, Space would be maybe willing to play like a little bit of it, but I mean, there's no way I wouldn't want to do like a whole 100%. Like that's annoying as shit. Especially because I'm already like in the midst of doing multiple fucking games. We can scroll up on the list here real quick. Like, there's multiple games I've been fucking farming like bad. Worms Rumble and Red Dead Redemption. I just finished Walking Dead Survival, which didn't take too long, to be fair. But like, this shit really like dips into like people. I don't know, just yeah, I know that's exactly why. I don't know. There's been an ad break on the whole time, so I don't know how much of that you caught or didn't catch. Yeah, this seems like a huge commitment for something that like I'm already committed to like other games. Eh. I mean, you might be able to get me to play like a little bit of it on Space. Otherwise, it's whatever on my alternate account for anyone wondering. But I'm not sold on the idea. So I mean, it's but yeah, where the hell was I? Okay, I love you. Yeah, and you know what I love? I love Daxter. Daxter from PSP. Great game. Actually, I should have you just play Daxter instead of Jack 3, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what happens. 642,000, by the way, or maybe a little bit more than that. I don't know. But Daxter is a fantastic game. Back to the platforming roots of Jak 1 for the most part. Yeah, way more platform heavy than Jak 2 or 3, or obviously X, because X is just a fucking racing game, but like, it takes place in between the story of Jack 2 and 2 because it just takes place in between the halfway into the cutscene the first game, like when Jack goes to prison and before he gets broken out. That's the entirety of where Dexter takes place. Now, is it? It's not very consequential, all things considered. It's characters introduced that will never actually be introduced in the series otherwise. Um, Thanks for breaking Red's heart. I mean, just that's how it happens sometimes. But Dexter, it is nice that they did a little bit to bridge the gap between, say, like Jack 2 and 3 by introducing Count V'ger again. Didn't need to do that, but that was cool. You can definitely tell some limitations at the game on the PS5 and PS4 versions that wouldn't have been as present on the PSP, like the draw distance of the city because it's worse hardware, so it doesn't. I mean, it's portable, so it's like cool, but like they're not able to handle as much on a PSP as you could, like say, obviously PS4 or PS5. So everything's like the city's covered in fog and shit. So it's like, oh, we're hiding the rendering. Like, cool, cool. But I mean, Dexter's my favorite character in the series by far. That's what the PNG tuber is based on. So I love the guy, and to have a whole game where he's just sitting there like talking shit the whole game, pretty much. I mean, that's right up my alley. Becoming a bug exterminator works. It's a nice little way for him to have combat, but for it to not be ridiculous, because any like normal metalhead he couldn't fight. Maybe the Scorpion one from Jack 2. At best. Everything else is just way too large, so it's like there's no shot. So having him be bugs instead, like that works. That's good. Um, Having more with Errol too is pretty cool. And yeah, I mean it is kind of weird because he just like fucks around for like quite a bit of it. Because it's like really, it's like, oh, this fills in the 2 year gap, but really what happens is Dexter's still fucking around for most of the game before the first cutscene's fully over, and then like he's just like a drunk at the bar, just like completely forgets that he needs to save Jack until like a third of the game. So it's like that's kind of ridiculous. Jack is his best friend. Like I don't, yeah. That I mean, yeah, it'd be one thing if Dexter's like, oh, a bit of a coward sort of situation or something, but like there's just no way he would abandon. So I mean, that bit could have been written a bit better, but overall, like great game. Very minor complaints. Uh, it is cool to see like Haven City from like a smaller perspective of like, oh, like I think they did a pretty good job of translating it for Dexter. I mean, of course, you get little things like, oh, you're hiding the loading screen by adding in that little area that they drive it, the little zoomer in between. But it's like whatever, it's fine. You had to do what you had to do, and also the idea that like, what would you say? That like things weren't completely done under construction sort of deal because it's like earlier in the timeline. So it's like, oh, that's cool to see it like in more in progress sort of part of the city. But yeah, so what number would I give it? Honestly, I mean, I think like I feel like a 9 out of 10. Because like, okay, the bug combat sucks. Like you just need to start it from one trophy here. Play a round of single player bug combat, and then you never have to do anything with it again. I mean, there's collectibles in the game, but I mean that's whatever. But yeah, I mean it's just fun. I mean, it's just, it does exactly what a PSP side game needs to do. It expands the lore of the game. It's fun, and it's just like, I mean, that's all you need really. Like it does well. It controls well. Story's fine. I mean, it's not groundbreaking or anything. It doesn't need to be. Then it's fun. It fits Daxter for the most part, and I mean, fun new characters. It's all good. Anyway, we did Homefront last time, so I'm skipping that one. We also did Hunt Showdown on the PS4 version initially, so I mean, the PS5 version is exactly the same, so there's no point in touching that one. Jak and Daxter Lost Frontier. This one sucks. The problem is it's like an okay game in terms of like, oh, I'm flying around in my little bullshit flying sort of like plane thing. And the general idea of like, oh hey, Eco's running out, so we need to go to like the edges of the world to find Eco ores to deal with like a dying planet or some shit, whatever. and Kira wants to become an eco sage. Like those are all like fine points to take the story. I actually think that's done really well. But everything past that point just sucks. Like the flying combat's not fun at all. The music's actually kind of alright. The graphics look weird because I don't know, they go with like a more realistic look for everyone, and it just doesn't look as good, like at all. Like they should have stuck with the cartoony sort of deal. Uh, the game runs like shit, like in terms of like when I was playing it specifically for trophy hunting on the channel, I found a pretty easy slow down method, like to make the game slow down to like it's not a glitch or even a bug or anything. It's just like the game doesn't render as quickly if you're like what is it? If you're punching and then also turning at the same time, like it just makes the game chug along with like slideshow almost. But maybe I mean maybe slideshow's a bit too extreme, but like it slows it down and then like the frames just fucking die. It's like the frames at least get cut in half if not more. And you know frames aren't like a big deal, but like when it gets down to that much, it's like pretty bad. But the Dark Jack shit sucks with it. Not fun at all. Uh, and I don't know, like just doesn't really make sense in the story because he's already a precursor. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess precursors can turn into like dark makers, but they're not going with like him as a dark maker. They're just like, oh, hey, wouldn't it be cool if Baxter could also do the, become like Dark Jack? And it's like that's not how that works, though. There's never been anything to establish that like ever. So just like dumb as hell. And the gameplay mechanics for it are like fine. They're nothing. Like I'm not really a fan of them, but it's whatever. It's like puzzle solving shit, which is okay. But yeah, is that the story bit with Kira sucks because it's like at the end of Jack X, Kira and Jack kiss anyway, so it's like okay, there's a relationship that they've been building up since Jack 1 and Jack 2, and they put it into the side on Jack 3 because they went with Ashland, I guess, but they bring it all together for Jack X. But then like Lost Frontier, I don't know, it's just like they force like another love triangle like they kind of did with Jack 2 a bit. It's just weird. A, doing it twice, and then B, it's also weird because like like she should just be. I don't know. Like the idea that she doesn't trust Jack as much is like really fucking weird considering how much they've been through together. Like this motherfucker saved the world multiple times, and like all of a sudden it's like some sort of issue that he's suspicious of this like sky pirate guy. Like no shit, he's suspicious. And it's like, yeah, maybe she would tell him that like, oh, he's actually a good guy or whatever, right? And then it's like, that would. It's just one of those like forced drama things where it's like any normal person would have just been like, hey, here's what he's doing, here's who he is, and then been like, oh, okay, cool. And they work towards a common goal, but because we had to have suspense and like action and shit, it's like, oh, here's the misunderstanding plot, which is like always lame as fuck. Um, what else? I guess some of the trophies are kind of annoying in this too, in the sense that like some of them are missable. Let's take a look. It's like multiple are missable because it's like, oh, if because this is like the only game in the series where you can't continue to play the game after it finishes. Like you can restart the game, of course, and do like a hero mode, but like every other Jack game, Jack 1, Jack 2, Jack 3, Jack X, even Daxter, you can continue to play the game after the point in which actually can you in Daxter? I don't know if you can in Daxter. You can definitely do it in the main four games. You can just continue to play after the credits. This game you cannot. And then there's certain things in this game too where it's like uh the world changes in a certain way in some parts. So if you don't do a thing that you can do there before it's too late, then it's like, oh, you missed out. And like that shit's dumb as hell. So yeah, I don't like it. If it was its own game that wasn't tied to Jack and Daxter lore, it'd probably be more like a 5, I guess. I mean, there's still like issues with it in terms of like character stuff and in terms of the game just like running how it like how the game functions in terms of being able to play it. Thing that number one thing you need to be able to do in a game is actually play it. So like if the frame rate gets all fucking choppy, then yeah, it's pretty bad. But because it's like a Jack and Daxter game, it's tied to all that, and it's just kind of like I think most of its egregiousness is from fucking with the lore in a way that's like dumb as hell in multiple ways. Then yeah, it becomes like a 3 out of 10 for me. Uh, we were here expeditions, the friendship. I've never played any of the other We Were Here games. This one just happened to be free at one point. This is one of those like co-op is required sort of deal type of games, and some of it was kind of like a little took a lot of attempts to do. So in some cases that could be a little bit annoying, but honestly, this is a great game. It's very short, but the idea that you're like building a ship to ride in and it becomes better the better you do in the game, it's pretty neat. One of the only issues I ran into was there was a certain one. What was it? It was one where it's like you had to place something on like a game board in terms of it had colors like red, green, and blue, and it was like some of those you would get certain rotations of it that just literally you could not get max score you needed to for the gold ticket, so that was kind of annoying. But for the like vast majority of it, I think it's actually amazingly well done. I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10. Short but sweet, fantastic game for sure. It makes me want to check out the other games in the series, to be honest. Which it says 7 games. Obviously, that's counting double stacks and shit, which I've already done the 2 stacks of the friendship one. So there's Forever Together 2 and just the original We Were Here. I might check that out at some point actually, because I really do think that these are fantastic games. Uh, Now we continue with the shitty kids games. Gigantosaurus Dino Sports. The only thing I like about this game is the fact that one of the characters is voiced by Double D from Ed, Edd n Eddy. One of the dinosaurs. I forget which one, but like one of the dinosaurs is voiced by them. That's fun. Otherwise, these are big. Like it's just a generic, like oh here's a bunch of party games kind of sort of deal. I mean it's fine framing. The problem with these games is always that they just cost way too much. Like if this was like a $5 game, it'd be whatever. But like the fact that it's like oh it's $40, it's like nope. And luckily I GameFly my games, so I'm never paying full price when it comes to shitty kids games like that. That's the only reason I even play these. Is because they're quick platinum in a couple hours, send them back sort of games. Also, you can sit there and riff on them in terms of like streaming, so that's fun, I guess. But yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, it's a boring game. 3 out of 10. Nothing, like just absolutely nothing to it. San Andreas. Now, I mentioned in the previous stream that I wouldn't really go too much into this, but I did also mention that that some of the trophies were different. So there are like some missable trophies here, which I think is kind of lame. Still kill all enemies in the mission. Mad Dog Rhymes. That one. You're probably doing that one for the most part anyway, but every now and again, like some of the shit gets a little janky with like some of the stealth kills, and so that could be annoying. Messing that one up. I said missing for some reason. Um, what was the other one? There was like another one that was sneaking to the underground base without setting out the alarm above ground during Black Project. That's missable. It's just like I don't get it because it's like you already had the original GTA San Andreas stacks, right? You've already looked at this. I have all the platinums for GTA San Andreas. It's like these 2 stacks, the PS3 and the PS4 stack, are exactly the same. And to be honest, most of these trophies are, I mean, they're going to be the same anyway because it's like, okay, reach level 12. These are in-game completion requirements as well, so it makes sense why they would be trophies. But like, yeah, at a point, it's just like these are kind of worthless. Like some of the extra trophies you added were kind of worthless. Like with the extra dip is fine because like, haha, we're gonna do the meme of like I'll have a number 9 launch type shit, which is whatever. This 30 basketball. I don't know exactly which one of these are all like which ones are different or not. There's obvious ones like find Mike Carino without any of the reference locations. This one particularly is like egregious to me because even though I do this instinctively because I played the game so much that I just know where to go. So like after probably the first playthrough I ever did the game way back in fucking 2000, whatever the hell it dropped, 2004, 2005, whatever it was. I always just go there now anyway because it just saves time. But for someone who's playing this for the first time, if anyone is, it's kind of ridiculous because the only way you would know that is if you look up a guide. And you can't. The big sticking point is you can't replay missions, right? Uh, they changed this in later Rockstar games, like Red Dead Redemption. One you could do that. I assume in two as well. GTA 4, 5 you definitely can. I don't know about 4, but yeah, I mean that's kind of lame. But from I mean all this to say that like I think the changes to this are not really worthwhile in terms of the trophy list and in terms of the changes to the definitive edition. I mean probably just worse. I imagine they cut more songs if I had to guess. I know they did in some of the other ones, like Vice City definitely got music cut from it. 3 might be one of the only ones that didn't because it's just like mostly who gives a shit music, but which I think Definitive did. Yeah, I think San Andreas did get its shit cut. I think it was specifically what was it? Running Down a Dream by Tom Petty, I think got cut, which is an amazing song, so that's like unfortunate. But which I mean I guess the OG versions might like the PS3 and the PS4 stacks here might also have that cut, so it might just be like the original PS2 versions I have it, but like either way it's dumb as fuck. So that one might be just more towards all of them as opposed to just the definitive edition. But obviously, like the graphics are fucking weird looking too. Like they fixed a good chunk of them, but like it's still just there was no point. Like all you had to do was just like like remake it. You know what I mean? Like don't fucking skimp on it. You're the most profitable. You know, in terms of like your GTA 5 game was like the most profitable entertainment pieces of entertainment like, ever. It's just like come on. You can fork a little bit of money to like actually do these properly, and they just fuck it up entirely. Um, so yeah, I mean, my negative feelings towards Definitive Edition aside, it's like, and the game's still fun despite the definitive aspects of it, not like because of it. So it's like, yeah, I mean, because they took the core gameplay of San Andreas itself, and yeah, San Andreas is fun even if you try to fuck with it a bunch with definitive stuff. Not to say there wasn't any improvements, like I guess the radio wheel is an improvement, and some of the weapon stuff was a bit of an improvement, but otherwise it's kind of whatever. Checkpoints, obviously, mission checkpoints, big deal. But those are like to be expected, so it's not like you don't really get a pat on the back for doing the bare minimum, especially when you fuck up on other aspects that were also the bare minimum. So I'm not gonna rate it because I already rated San Andreas. So I mean, I don't know, just take whatever the San Andreas rating is and drop it by a point, I guess. Um, Astro's Playroom, the free PS5 game, the comes pre-installed on PS5 as soon as you get it. Fantastic game. Love me my platformers, and a free platformer, I'll take that, and it's fun to go through all the PlayStation, like, oh, that's some weird controller, or here's the console, or here's a peripheral, like VR, or like this shooting gun thing that I never had because that always looked dumb as fuck with the SingStar thing, and it's like that's cool, like oh, that's really cool. Uh, I mean, not a whole lot to say about it. I mean, plus, I mean, it's obviously fun to see like references in terms of other games, like oh, here's Jason, haha, that's Heavy Rain, or like there's the Final Fantasy VII sword that was just chilling there, even though none of the Final Fantasy characters made it into the Astrobot game, which is weird. Square Enix is like completely gone except for one of the DLCs. Square Enix gets a character that's not Final Fantasy and it's not Kingdom Hearts, even though Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy were like major staples of the PS2. Kingdom Hearts 2 specifically shows up as some people's like best game ever on PS2, and obviously Final Fantasy 7 shows up on PS1 lists, and I'm sure there's PS2 games from Final Fantasy that show up as well. But that's that's not against Astrobot though. That's against Square Enix. That's my critique there is against Square Enix. But anyway, Astrobot itself, fantastic game, and it was cool that they added, like oh here's more DLC. It's like that's cool. I mean just a fun platformer. Really, that's all you need. Short, fun, sweet. I see. It's like I almost want to instinctively say 10 out of 10, but the problem is like Astrobot is 10 out of 10. But then it's like Astro's Playroom is free, right? So I feel like I should give both of them 10. I mean, spoiler alert, Astrobot's gonna get 10 out of 10, but like, we're not there yet. But like, the Playroom was free and is continue like it's not like it's just came with the like a bundle and it's like, oh, other people have to pay for it. Like, it's free for everyone, and it's such a cool like showing off the capabilities of the controller. Like, oh wow, I'm running in the water, and like the way it feels and the way it sounds and the shit. Like, it's cool. Like, it's way more than a tech demo. Like, it's just a fantastic game in its own right. So I mean, I guess I'll give it like a 9.5. I guess, just so I can give Astrobot a 10, because Astrobot just improves on everything. Also, I guess it's fair to say I'll give it a 9.5 instead of a 10, because honestly, I hate the monkey climbing sections. Like, the fact that you have to like turn the controller, like lift it a certain way to climb is like annoying as hell, and that used to hurt my arms when I was doing the speed running ones. Like, just I don't know. In both Astro's Playroom and Astrobot, like, I always hate those, to be honest. The one pretty much my only critique of either of the games. Sims 4. Obviously, I platinumed it in 4 hours. I just used like you could download community pack things or certain families that worked for trophies. So it's not fair for me to even rate this game whatsoever. The only thing I will say is the UI on it. The game's kind of shitty. Like, it feels very cumbersome to move through the menus. But that aside, I mean, it would be completely unfair for me to even rate the game whatsoever. The Grinch Christmas Adventure. This game fucking broke me, dude. Like, I swear, I redid a certain level fucking so many times trying to find the hidden items. Like, it was funny for the stream. It's like, okay, haha, I'm sitting here like making rhyming jokes because they're doing it in the script as well. But at a point, it's just like, oh man, this is kind of draining me near the end of this. There's certain games that like drain me. I mean, it never got as bad as like, what was it? It was How to Train Your Dragon, which I think we already talked about. I want to say that was on like a list further down. But that was probably one of the most drained I've ever been in an unpleasant way. Like, in terms of like, okay, like if I'm playing something I like, or if I'm doing a bunch of list shit I like, but then I'm just tired because I did a really long stream, like, that's fine. Even though it's like, oh, I'm beat, I can't really do any, like, that's fine. But yeah, in terms of like, I'm hating every fucking moment of this, like Dragons Legends of the Nine Realms. And it's just like, oh man, this is fucking. It didn't start that way, but it definitely ended that way. Like, over the last half of it was definitely that way. Um, but we already rated that one in the previous stream, so whatever. I mean, The Grinch sucks. I mean, 3 out of 10, probably. I imagine I'd give most of them like 3 out of 10, if I had to guess. It's not as bad as. Pretty much, if it's not as bad as Dragons, then it's not going to get uh, any lower than 3. And if it's not as good as, like, the Adams Family one, or like the Ice Age one, then it's not going to get any higher than like a 5. And I don't even know if I gave that one a 5. I could have maybe gave it a 4. I have no idea. Anyway, the next game is The Great Fleece. This actually got removed from the PlayStation Store. I think because it was like a shitty asset flip. But it was, yeah, it's delisted. It was a free game, and it only took like 2 minutes to 100%. Incredibly easy. My fastest achievers are 7 seconds. I tried doing it, couldn't hold off. So mine was done in 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes. So whatever. Family Guy Back to the Multiverse. I see. Here's okay. Well, first of all, let me say that I already talked about PUBG. The big difference of this version of PUBG was that I had all these trophies done in the span of like a week, I guess you'll say. Started the 11th, and then I got it 17th. But I couldn't platinum the game until September, because on March 21st, the trophy for the ghillie suit, Now You See Me Now You Don't, was bugged, and so it was literally impossible for anyone across any platform. Steam couldn't do it, Xbox couldn't do it, PlayStation couldn't do it. They changed the function somehow of like how the ghillie suits are counted in the game. I'm not sure how, but they changed the function. Like it still worked the same, but they must have changed the way it was like. Yeah, I don't know the gaming term, like the developer term of it, but they must have changed like some sort of value on it, and it just would not register for anyone. And so I had to wait till it until it did register, and then finally it did, and I got it. Yeah, so yeehaw. Anyway, Family Guy, back to the multiverse. I have to imagine I probably talked about this before, but I think I have a. So whatever, if I did, and if I gave it a previous score, I think it's important for me to update it now that I've played the game. I loaned this out to like I played in 2013 for the most part. Beat the game, didn't do like every little thing, but like I beat the game. Then there was a whole multiplayer thing. I didn't feel like doing multiplayer. Didn't have a good enough internet either. But then I find out way later, after I finally get it back from like a family friend who had it for years and actually never played it, so that was cool. But the multiplayer is local. It was never. There's not even online multiplayer. Like that function does not exist in the game. Like there's no online servers whatsoever. And so that meant like, oh, you can actually platinum this game. So I did that. And luckily, I still had my save file from way back in the day, so I just had to go through and clean some stuff up in terms of collectibles. Didn't have to get all of them. Had to get probably at least half of them, maybe 2/3 of them. But I had some, so that was cool. Mainly, it was all the secondary objectives. Like I had actually quite a bit of them done, but I just needed to like clean up. But in the process of doing that, I had to beat every single level again, which is mostly fine, I guess. The multiplayer also mostly fine. The last trophy I got for this is 1136. You'll notice the last. There's two Meg trophies, and like I wish I would have got the other one for like the other one last. The Shut Up Meg. I wish I would have got that one because that one would have been pretty good. But like instead, I got Mr. Unpopular as the last one that I saved. Choose Meg for a multiplayer match. So that was last. That was good. Uh, but the main issue here is this survive 15 waves and then 30 waves, especially the 30 wave one for the. It's just a wave a game that they have. And honestly, it's a piece of shit, dude. It's awful. It takes literally 2.5 hours to do. Like an actual literal 2.5 hours, and it's not fun. Just not fun whatsoever. And I messed up. I got to like wave 17 or something, 18, and then I died, and so I was like extra pissed because that's like an hour's worth of progress just gone. So I ended up doing it. That's why there's a jump of 2 days worth of doing it. In in terms of hitting 15 and then hitting the 30. But yeah, I mean, it's just like it's just too long for what it needs to be. Like, really, it should have been cut in half. Like, and it would have been a lot more enjoyable in terms of the wave mode. Everything else about the game I actually like, but yeah, the wave mode sucks. So for the most part, I don't know. I think I would give it. See, I don't remember what I gave it initially. The thing is, I always liked the PS2 Family Guy video game more, and now that I've done this, I'd still agree with that opinion. It's actually even stronger now because there isn't like a shitty wave mode in the PS2 one. But uh, for the most part, like it's not that bad at the end of the day, I guess. So I don't know. I'd probably give it like a 6. It's fun. I mean, some of it's a little fucking wild. I gotta say, like it's definitely Family Guy, but it's a lot more on the like offensive Family Guy shit, which is fine because it's like okay, it's Family Guy, no shit. But like the PS2 was like kind of more early Family Guy humor, I guess, where like it's not really trying to be as offensive. It's just like oh, this is wacky. But the PS3 one was definitely like edgy. Like very fucking edgy. Like never mind the fact that there's a whole level of just you fight you fight Joe as like what was it? He's like is it called Crippletron, I think, is what it's called. Which is a callback to, one of the episodes of the show where it's like, oh, it's like a Mechazoid or whatever from what do you call that? Power Rangers. But it's made of handicap people. Get it? That's the joke. And so it's like there's something like that, and there's like political assassination for like Mayor McCheese and asked for by Adam West and other wacky things. But yeah, I mean, whatever. Play the game if you want to. If you like kind of the edgier like seasons of Family Guy, which I feel like came after the first few, then you would definitely love this game. I like it. I mean, it's not like amazing or anything, but I like it. So I'd probably give it like a 6, I guess. It's fun. Tomb Raider. I'm sure I probably ranked this at some point in the past, but since that point, I did the multiplayer trophies, and those were annoying. But I will say it's really weird because you can play solo multiplayer. Like there's a certain mode you can play literally by yourself, and it still treats it as a team game. But what you do is you collect something in the game and then return it to your base, and you do that against yourself over and over and over again, and that's how you can grind yourself to level 60. Very tedious grind. Even if you're playing the game legitimately, it's probably still decently tedious. I gotta say, it's quicker, of course, but still, I mean, for the most part, I think the first Tomb Raider reboot game. I never played the other ones. I never felt the need to after this one. It's kind of like, okay, I guess I got generic, um, just a generic game. I mean that's pretty much the best I could say about it. Just feels generic as all hell. What if the multiplayer shut down on PS3? Or not still shut down? I mean, if it has shut down, no idea. But yeah, I don't know. Like a 5, I guess. It's pretty forgettable. The multiplayer doesn't drag it down enough to where it'd be like a 4 or something, but it definitely means I can't put it any higher than a 5. Hello Neighbor, this is like a 2. It's more annoying than like the kids games I was talking about before, where they're like solos and they cost too much. I only played this because it was free. Um, like at least Hello Neighbor 2, as annoying as it is, like you can still get through it pretty quickly. Hello Neighbor 1 is just like fuck, man. It just doesn't control well. It's just very bad at the controls, and it's a lot more cryptic with its bullshit. And it's like, oh, that's the cool thing because MatPat make a video. Shout out to that time that the fucking Hello Neighbor devs added MatPat like multiple times on Twitter to be like, oh, I bet MatPat wants to dissect this like thing over and over. Let's see if I can find it actually. Google. Oh, I didn't realize it. Okay, well it goes to Bing then. Fuck it. Anyway, what are these searches? There's no way I search. Oh, you know what it was? It's because it's fucking Bing gives you points if you just search random shit that they want you to search. Anyway, hello neighbor, MatPat tweet. Thank you. That's what I want. Please. I believe MatPat is going to enjoy this. I think MatPat will enjoy dissecting this frame by frame. Yes, MatPat, you should totally reply to our DM. It's just like the fucking cringiest shit ever. I love it. It's fantastic. It's like you're so fucking desperate, dude. Hello, neighbor. Oh, don't mind me. I'm doing Mortal Kombat 9. It's literally impossible for me to do. Because there's multiplayer trophies that are unavailable, but that won't stop me from getting the ones that are not or that are available. Not all of them, because some of them are just really annoying. But I'll get some of the easier ones. It sucks because I don't have my save file, so I have to beat the game again to unlock 2 characters. But yeah, I was doing that before stream, and I'm kind of doing it in between doing this stream. Stanley Parable. I think I went over this already. I eventually found out there was a PS5 version. I was like, oh fuck, I didn't do that. So then I went through, I did it again, same score as before. Freddy Fish 4 and 5. I feel like I went through all the Freddy Fish games initially when I talked about them. I don't. The thing is, I don't even. Oh wait, if 5 is the one I think it is. Yeah, I think I like 5 and 4. So whatever score I gave, like 3, I'd probably give that. They feel like mostly the same scores for all the games, but then I feel like 5 had some cool things where that's like the screen would, instead of like moving to the left and the screen would change to a different screen, like it was like a sliding screen, so that was pretty unique for the game at the time. Uh, Plus I don't know, like the stuff with the guy's house at the end was pretty cool. 4, I mean 4, I don't know, I like the aesthetics of 4. Like, oh boy, this is some weird cowboy wrestler bullshit. They're all fun, but I guess like two seems like the weakest I'd say in the series. So that would probably be lower, but I feel like I'd put the other ones up to whatever. Like I'd have to look through again, but whatever score I gave Freddy Fish 3, I'd also get the 4 and 5. Stumble Guys sucks. It takes too long. It's annoying. They had some DLC trophies, um, and then they added this one: complete an event with a party, which was like literally unobtainable for a while after the DLC dropped. Just because the event wasn't actually in the game, which is just dumb as hell. And with these, it's like you have to sit here and farm enough for the shards. Specifically, the last ones were the July trophies. There's got to be some July trophies here. Spin 50 wheels. That's one of them for sure. And then there was a. Was it just spin 50 wheels? It might have been just spin 50 wheels. I think so. It was really annoying because it's just like you have to wait the whole fucking time to be like, you can only spend when you have this currency that you get in the game and you get maxed out with how much currency you can get per battle pass and then like per day sort of deal. But what you could do is you could play it on mobile and you could do like spins there and like some I guess they counted, at the very least you can get like currency and that currency could be rolled on the PS4 version, the PS5 version. So annoying, but like you could speed it up a little bit. But yeah, it just took way more effort than it needed to be. A pretty nothing game, controls like ass. Interesting how many collabs I guess, and then otherwise it's just like generic as fuck. 4 out of 10, I guess. Zombie, how you doing? How are you? I am doing fine. I'm just I didn't realize I hadn't streamed in like 10 days to be honest. So I was like, oh, fuck, I need to stream. I got too busy doing farming for The Walking Dead: Survival Instinct, Worms Rumble, and Red Dead Redemption. A bunch of PS3 games I've been trying to go back to. Like right now, in between, like as I'm talking in the stream here, I'm playing a little bit of Mortal Kombat 9. I should take a drink because my throat is all fucking wacky. But yeah, how are you? Hopefully you're doing well. Well, at 4, same scores, but 4, whatever I gave it, because this is just the PS5 version. I was able to grab some shit off of my save files. Other things I had to redo. So I did do like another kind of playthrough, not like a full one. It was interesting though. But yeah, nothing's changed about the game since then. So no point in changing the score. Daxter didn't same game, just PS4 version. That was actually my 300th platinum. So I made that. I made a Jack and Daxter game my milestone platinum, which I would have preferred it to be Jack 1. But I'm really glad that it was Daxter instead. Like in terms of like, because otherwise it was going to be The Lost Frontier, which I had planned on it before they announced that they were releasing Daxter. And so I was way more hyped because like even though I would have done it, Lost Frontier is just a piece of shit game, so that would have been annoying. The only Jack and Daxter games I haven't done yet are just the trilogy, the first 3 on the Vita, because I don't own a Vita. Otherwise, I have every Jack and Daxter platinum. All of them except the Vitas. Oh, Vita. Anyway, I've been being drowsy and sluggish. I'm good, just chilling for a bit on Twitch. Hell yeah. Chilling like a villain, man. But, yeah, sorry you're feeling sluggish. But, hopefully you can relax to, I don't know, me making fun of games, I guess, and me praising other games. Right now we're on the making fun of games portion. Duck Dynasty on PS4. This game sucks. This was the only reason I even have this game is because my dad actually has this game because he likes the show, and I don't think he ever platinumed it, but yeah, so that was the reason I had access to it at all. I was like, oh yeah, I'll do it because it's like an easy platinum. It took longer than I thought it would, to be honest. Specifically because I kept fucking up. There was like a boat racing, which the controls of the boat racing are just terrible, absolutely horrendous. But that said, the hunting parts of it actually were fine, like not too bad. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like that like buck hunter or whatever. Like the obviously you don't get to control it with the gun like you do in the arcade, but reminds me of those like arcade games. So that was fun. I mean, then in mind, I'd probably give it like a fucking 4 out of 10. It's just like it's pretty like whatever of a game, but like I didn't hate it as much as I thought it would. Modern Warfare 3. Speaking of PS3 games that I'm going back and doing, I did this last year, of course. I believe. Did I do any of this on stream? I wonder if I did any. I feel like the answer is no, but I don't recall. Some of these were easy. It's just like, okay, you just had to do the veteran difficulties of the certain packs. Like I had the hardened edition of Modern Warfare 3, like the one that came with Call of Duty Elite and all that shit. So back in the day, so I have all these DLCs anyway. I got like some of the easier ones because like, oh, I'd play the Spec Op mission as they would come out. I'd play the first difficulty of them, and then it's like, okay, well, I played that, I'm done. Like I didn't feel the need to play it again to improve the score because it's just like whatever. I wasn't really that big into trophy hunting in 2012 for the most part. But there was a couple of these that were kind of annoying. I remember there was a was it Kill All Juggernauts after they land? That one kind of sucked. Doing veteran on that one actually also sucked, if I'm being honest. Honesty, always the best policy. But for the most part, it's cool because it's like, okay, I had the vast majority of the Wave 15s done for like the Spec Ops survival modes. I was just missing like I don't know, like 5 of them or something out of the 16 or so you have to do. Because I actually played that mode like quite a bit back in the day, so it's like I was able to just call off of my I was able to use the save file that I still had, which was nice. Trophy wise, I think I mean I had a good portion of these things, but it's just like okay, I go through and grab every uh intel item bullshit and then do some of the trophies that were pretty easy. It's just like load up a map, kill 5 enemies with a single grenade. It's like all simple shit for the most part. And then of course you had to beat the game on the veteran, which I remember being fine. Like I didn't remember anything like too wacky of the veteran, especially not compared to say World of War. But yeah, I still need to do Modern Warfare 2 specifically. In terms of, I've never played Call of Duty Classic. I'm not doing Modern Warfare Remastered. Well, maybe someday I'll do Modern Warfare Remastered. I played the game, like the online, but there's no online trophies as far as I know, so that's fine. Anyway, I did World at War, um, Black Ops 1. I did a bit of Modern Warfare 2, and so I want to go back and do that one. And then maybe there's an argument to do the campaign remaster. The only reason I have Modern Warfare 1 remastered is because they gave it away for free. So if they were to do that with Modern Warfare 2, which I don't know if they have or haven't, because I haven't really paid too much attention, but I wouldn't mind doing that again, depending. But we'll see. Never don't own a Vita, so I can't play. It's the classified school survival guide at all. Uh, I don't. I do have a Ghost still technically on PS3, so I could see myself maybe cleaning up a couple of the trophies. I don't own Advanced Warfare. I never bought it. I think my dad has the PS4 version, but I wouldn't start a new version. There's no fucking way I would start a new version of that shitty game. And honestly, I hate Ghost, so there's no way I'd platinum that one either. But maybe I can look into it in the future to do like some easier trophies. World War II, I think I played one night of zombies with a friend and I left it alone. I don't want to. I have no interest in it whatsoever. Completely lost interest in the series after Advanced Warfare and Ghost were stupid, and then fucking the whole Infinite Warfare thing was just ridiculous. Everything surrounding that. So I mean, I don't really buy Activision games anymore. So The only time I ever broke that promise was buying Crash 4. Specifically because I was trying to, like you had to vote with your wallet, right? So it's like, okay, I'm voting with my wallet to like make these games, like bring the shit back. Because I love me and my platformers. But and then they still, they're like, okay, we're not doing that shit anymore. And like I do own Spyro, but I didn't buy that. I didn't buy it new, so they didn't. Activision doesn't actually get any money from that. I just bought it used from someone else because the game didn't fully come on the disc. Like all of Spyro 1 did, most of Spyro 2 did, but not all of it. And then Spyro 3 didn't at all, and that's like completely unacceptable for physical release for me. So there was no way I was ever gonna like I own it, but I bought it like heavily discounted. So from someone else. Anyway, Modern Warfare 3 overall, pretty fucking good. I mean, story's still bangs, to be honest. Unlike Black Ops, where it's like, okay, 2 is a little like wonky with the story, I feel like, which we will get to Black Ops 2 eventually, because I'm pretty sure I did that after Modern Warfare 3, if I'm not mistaken. But in fact, I'm almost 100% positive that's the case. But unlike that, and then obviously Black Ops 3 and 4 are just like way the fuck, like it has nothing to do with the Black Ops series at that point, so it's like, what the fuck is the point? Uh, Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, like the originals, were fucking just bangers, like all of them, all three of them. I still feel like the online, like, it feels different, like the way is Infinity Ward, I believe, is the name of the company that would do that. They just feel like a certain way that I was never really a huge fan of when it comes to the multiplayer aspect of it, but like in terms of the story, like Chef's Kiss, like all three of them, fucking great trilogy, absolutely great trilogy. So what would I give Modern Warfare 3? Probably like, I guess I should say that some of the secondary objective shit with it was fucking ridiculous. Was actually like really. Oh, sorry, no, you know what? Never mind. I'm thinking of Black Ops 2. Right, we'll get to that when we get to Black Ops 2. So Modern Warfare 3, I don't know, like a 9, I guess, 8 maybe, somewhere around there. 8.5. Let's go 8.5. Like it's pretty good. Devil in Me. Whatever score I gave it in the video, the YouTube video where I went over. Did I wait? Was that just House of Ash? I gotta see this now. Hold on. Fucking stupid. I hate every time you open this and it pulls up a bunch of fucking bullshit news. Like I don't care, man. I'm just trying to get to my YouTube page. Um, Olivia, yeah, can we get this to 100 views by the way? Olivians are back. I fucking love this video. It's the reason it's my channel trailer. It's so good. Okay, what was it? It was, we'll just search house. Search the word house, it should show up. Catching that, I forgot about that. Okay, rating Man of Medan, Little Hope, and House of Ashes. Okay, so those included like this is the video you want to watch if you want to know my ratings of the other three games of the Dark Pictures anthology as they currently have released. In terms of Devil in Me, which is not part of that listing because this was after that, Devil in Me I think is better than Man of Medan, and I think it's definitely better than Little Hope, even though like I think Little Hope everything about Little Hope is like better, I feel like, than all the other three games, except for the fact that they drop the ball as hard as they do at the end. Otherwise, like Little Hope would be like a 10 out of 10 for me to be honest. But it drops the ball so hard with the way that like the twist goes. That's just like this is dumb. Complete like one of the few times I've ever had like a game ruined for me in terms of like I actually enjoyed the majority of this journey, but like the one thing you did at the end just like completely fucking invalidates it for me. Like I feel insulted by that game. Devil in Me. I mean, there's some issues, like the ways in which like this guy just fucking survives all the time seems a little ridiculous. I gotta say, but overall, I think it's cool that like I get to learn about a historical figure that was actually real and was actually like some piece of shit, like a serial killer. Not nearly to the extent that the game portrays it as, but still cool nonetheless. And yeah, I don't mind like the some of the choices too. I gotta say were like ridiculous in this game. So like it definitely does not hit the highs of House of Ashes, I feel like. I would definitely rate it worse than that, but like, I guess I shouldn't. I don't know if you haven't played the game. Don't look at the fact that I just scrolled through like some of the stuff that would probably be spoilery. But like yeah, some of the choices were kind of dumb. Like for example, like I guess we'll say the screwdriver, the way in which the screwdriver is used to facilitate a certain choice in the game, a certain like choose this or that kind of choice. The way the screwdriver matters as much as it does seems incredibly ridiculous to me. The choice in regards to the air, I don't think was clearly demonstrated enough to where like if it just felt like a cheap death on that end, and then also because I found the picture that gave away the fact that I should do a certain thing, I was able to survive a certain choice in the beginning when it comes to something that has to do with the inhaler. But I think that choice is also like kind of badly telegraphed. And I get it that you don't want to make it like the most obvious, like this is the one where you survive and this is the one where you don't, but like I feel like it should be rewarding to players to you know to like okay here's like a this detail will help you and you know whatever like at least with that one it's like okay there's a picture that gives it away, right? So that's cool, that one works. But then the other ones I mentioned and like there's not like not to the same extent at least, and so it's just like the ending of this felt pretty fucked up, I gotta say. Like if you go with like one of the particular endings that you have to go through for all the trophies, like certain thing to do with like chemicals, I guess I should say, and it's just like wow, this is like really actually dark. Like this is incredibly dark. So I can respect it for that. So I mean, I have issues with it, but I still feel like I'd probably I want to say it's like an 8, maybe like a 7.5. I'd have to look again at what I rated the other games to be honest, but which I'm not gonna do. But like, if a 7.5 or an 8 doesn't line up with the other ones, then I mean either way, like this is above Miname Dawn for sure, and this is above Little Hope for me, but below House of Ashes and below Until Dawn. Speaking of Until Dawn, that was actually wasn't supposed to be a segue, but this is mostly going to be the same. But I will say the choices are weird with this, right? Because it's like the changes in the music are weird because this is like the new version of Until Dawn for PS5, like PS5 or whatever, right? Like the new changes with the music are dumb. Hate those. The visual changes I don't like. I I don't mind the change to the like they added in a new thing for the ending that so you can like do the ending a bit different depending if you do certain choices. I don't mind that actually because it still has like the original endings, I guess. Actually, does it have? I don't know if it has that one specific original ending. But yeah, I don't mind the change. To be honest, it's fine. It does feel like a more. See, it's hard to say it without like spoiling it. So it's I guess I'll just avoid it. But either way, like I didn't mind that, but I think it still evens out to whatever the score is that I originally gave it. I still think it's probably the best outing of like any of the like even the Dark Picture games. But House of Ashes, I feel like comes incredibly close. The Inpatient, what the fuck is this? I knew of Rush of Blood for various reasons that I won't get into, but like I didn't know that. Oh, so this was obviously October. Yeah. So I was doing this for like spooky month then. Because like, oh, there's a bunch of horror games back to back. It's like, yeah, it sure is. So Ghostbusters the video game. Dude, Ghostbusters the video game fucking slaps. Anyone who hasn't played the Ghostbuster video game should do it immediately. Like, just stop doing anything else you're doing. Play the Ghostbuster video game. It's great. I don't know why there's two different. Oh, this is the Asian stack. Interesting. That's weird. 11 unobtainable Why are there unobtainable trophies in the PS3 version? What? I mean, the Platinum, but what are the other ones? There was a multiplayer mode? Oh, that's cringe. That's fucking lame. Why is there a multiplayer mode for this? It's like, guys, we have to add a multiplayer mode. It's the PS3 era of video gaming. It's 2009. There has to be a multiplayer. It's like there doesn't, though. There doesn't. Just make it a really good story. That's all you gotta do. I feel bad for anyone that didn't, wasn't able to platinum this because of that reason. Like, and they have it on their list. That's not good. I don't like that. That said, though, like the story of the game is fucking banger. Absolutely, 100% love it. Some of the trophy hunting on it was like really annoying. I will say though. I feel like I missed one of the collectibles and had to go back for it. But mainly, the one that was like really the most annoying that it's like I had to replay the game for was where is it? Complete the game with less than $100,000 in property damage. If you restart a checkpoint, it doesn't reset the money that you lost in a certain thing. So it's like sometimes like there's a certain part where I hit a bunch of cars and I was like I completely fucked up the vast majority of it. It's just really dumb on that sort of aspect. But that minor bit aside, honestly, like the very little complaints about the game. Some of the grabbing of the one tether thing is kind of weird. But in terms of like, and some of the voice acting, I will say, seems a bit stilted. But like the story is pretty cool, and I like, it definitely. A lot of people will say like this feels like the Ghostbusters 3, like the closest we'll get to Ghostbusters 3, especially because the one guy died. It's like okay, yeah, fair enough, I guess. Seems like a worthy sequel. In a similar way that the Back to the Future video game from Telltale seems like a worthy sequel to Back to the Future 3. Like, it definitely, it's like, oh, this just gives, like, the vibe of the series sort of deal. Like, I feel like it does it justice for the most part in terms of, like, video game aspect. So, yeah, I mean, I'd say 8 out of 10. Like, I have some issues with it here or there, but nothing, like, major. Still a great game. Last was part 1. Whatever score, I feel like I probably gave it, like, I feel like I probably did give it a 10 out of 10. The original Last of Us, and Last of Us Remastered. If I had to guess, it's either 10 out of 10 or like a 9.5 out of 10 for me, for sure. But in terms of part 1, I mean, I would lower it to like probably like an 8. There's no multiplayer. And I actually do really, really give a shit about the multiplayer of The Last of Us. It's one of my favorite it probably is my favorite multiplayer of all time. And so to have it removed is disappointing, to say the least. And the fact that like it also in Last of Us Part 2 initially it was going to be a part of part 2, and then they're like, okay, then we'll make it a separate game, and then it got canceled altogether. Just very frustrating as a fan of the multiplayer. Otherwise, everything else I said about the game pretty much stands. I think the way they changed how the characters look is kind of weird. Like, oh, we have to make it more in line with like part 2, but it's like, I mean, did you really? I don't think so. And the price was ridiculous on launch. $70 for this after removing multiplayer, like you're a fucking joke. Which is why I waited until I had PlayStation Extra to play it, because I'm not paying for that. Like I'm not. There's no way. But yes, I don't know. It's a 8 out of 10. I mean, it's still a fantastic game, obviously, but yeah, they just the whole game as a package was made worse by this part 1. Not enough to where it's like terrible or anything, like not even close, but just enough to where it's like dumb. Ice Age Scratch Adventure. I already talked about the PS4 version. I put off doing this even though it was on PlayStation Extra, and probably still is, to be honest. And I was like, fuck it, I'll finally do it, right? Like, I'm gonna go out of my way, I'm finally gonna do this one. And honestly, like, I still had an enjoyable time. Like, I thought all the other Outright games I played, like all the kids' games from Outright Games, would sour my expectations of this game. Because now it's like, okay, well, now I'm playing this not on stream. Now I'm just playing this on my own time. I've already experienced it. I've experienced a bunch of other shitty games from this company. And still, like, Scratch the Adventure is just like, it's not a fantastic platformer or anything, but it's a good platformer. And that's all you need. I'm a platforming fan, and I mean, it does its job. It's not going to win any awards like spend time or something, but it doesn't need to. Not when it's a game I play for free because it's on extra. Still shouldn't be $40, granted, because I assume that's probably what the price was. I mean, now it's probably a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if it's more down to like 30 or even 20 these days because the game's been out for so long, but yeah, whatever. Transference, there's no reason for me to rate that because I just used a guide for all of it. Who cares? I mean, it's got some neat concept of like what you have to do. So, if you saw a trailer and it seemed like it'd be interesting to you, it probably will be, but to me, it's not fair to rate it. Deliver Us the Moon. So, Deliver Us the Moon, it's really weird because on PlayStation Extra, the PS5 version existed, but the PS4 version, like, you had to buy separately. So, what I did is I just Gamefly rented the PS4 version. And I did Deliver Us Mars. Deliver Us Mars is better. There's like voiceover from the main character, and there's a more explicit story being told. Deliver Us the Moon is a lot more cryptic. And I mean, that's cool. It's like, oh, exploring a space station. Like, I mean, it's both of them are like neat exploration games, but yeah, I mean, I feel like Deliver Us Mars is a lot tighter in experience. So, I mean, Moon, I'd probably give like a 5 out of 10. It's fine. Maybe like a 5.5 out of 10. Like, it's intriguing to say the least, but Deliver Us Mars would probably be more like a 6.5 out of 10. Gris is fantastic. I mean, that's like very colorful. Love the colors in the game. Probably the number one thing I love about it, and the fact that like that really drew me into wanting to play in the first place. Very vibrant, and I like vibrant games for sure. Like expressive colors, like very much. And the platforming, was fun for sure, and I like that it changed up as you went to different areas of the game. Like there's like the ice powers and the swimming and the double jumps and the going on the top or the bottom of the certain areas of the map in terms of like flipping the perspective of like where the gravity is. And other things here and there, like the story, it had a lot of cool themes for the story. It was a little bit more straightforward than I was giving the game credit for, I will say. Once you find out what the story actually is by getting 100% and it tells you. But a lot of the themes it was presenting, I picked up on, I'd say. And it was cool. Like definitely a really cool art piece and fun play, and would recommend it to anyone that enjoys platforming and like the indie kind of vibe game. Yeah, pretty cool. What would I rate it? Probably like an 8 out of 10. Yeah, enjoyable experience for sure. Ping Redux. I mean, it's like a 5. Pretty standard. It's whatever. You ping pong your ball against walls to get it into you're pretty much just playing mini golf but with a ping pong or with a pong ball. So and I mean they change up the puzzling quite like in terms of oh there's these barriers and there's these obstacles and yada yada, and it's like okay, that's cool, it's fine, it works. There's one trophy that's kind of bugged in. It's really weird because it's like you get stars depending on how many strokes it takes you to do it. Another way in which it's like golf. As you beat them, you unlock worlds. It's like, oh, here's a World 6 unlock. Here's World 7. Here's World 8. You unlock worlds. You don't need all the stars to unlock all the world. Like, to unlock, say, World 2, you don't need all of the World 1 stars. So as you're going through, like, there's a certain point that you reach as you're going through it that if you don't back out and let the game unlock the world for you, as you hit the requirements, the game will unlock multiple worlds if you reach that point. Like, say, I don't know the exact amount because it's been ages since I played this, but say if World 6 took like 40 stars to unlock and World 7 takes like 55 stars to unlock. Well, if you get 55 or if you hit the 40 and you don't back out and then eventually hit the 55 and still haven't backed out yet, you finally back out, you'll get the trophy for World 6, but not the one for World 5. So you'd have to replay the game up to the point of World 5. And that actually happened to me on this one, I believe. Yeah, this one right here. World 7 didn't unlock in the order that it was supposed to. So I had to go back through and play the game until I hit world, like, got enough points to unlock World 7, so it was a pain in the ass. But yeah, pretty forgettable game for the most part. Just, another free game on PlayStation Extra, so just did it. Uh, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Okay, so I haven't played it since I platinumed it because I was waiting for like DLCs to drop and to go on sale so I could actually buy them. I don't. I have mixed feelings about the game, like really mixed feelings. I think it's really close to what I want it to be, but it's not quite there, and that's kind of frustrating on some aspects. So it is very close to like the Budokai Tenkaichi kind of, vibe going on. That's fine. And it's like, okay, well, here's super characters, and here's Daima characters, and here's the super movie, like the superhero movie one. It's like that's cool, that makes sense. That's like bringing modern stuff into the formula. And then it's okay. Well, we can't have the entire roster that we had for, say, Budokai Tenkaichi 3. And it's like, I guess, sure, whatever. I mean, it sucks that you cut a bunch of OG Dragon Ball stuff. I think you could have put in a bit more OG Dragon Ball stuff, but that's, I guess, fine for the most part. Some of the stuff was just like harder than it needed to be, like way harder than it needed to be. In terms of, where's the first one I'm thinking of? Where is it? The bonus battles? A couple of the bonus battles were just like unfair. Like they're just blatantly unfair. Like there's one where you have to fight Beerus, and he has a certain timer. What is it? Every 30 seconds, you need to do a certain amount of damage to him, otherwise he gets bored. And if he gets bored, then he just insta kills you. And it sucks because there'll be a lot of times where he'll just block or dodge or run away sort of deal on your attack. So it's like hard to land him because it's just like he's not fucking letting you land him at all. Or gets like super aggressive on you, and it's just like so. The plan, unfortunately, for these harder things in the game, and I think they nerfed it after I got the platinum, so that's even more unfortunate for people after the fact. The the idea was to build up your supercharge until you're in this sparking mode, which is like maxed out key, and then there's like a timer where the key, slowly goes back to its like original state. But for that time, you can do like pretty much an almost infinite combo. So you just run up and you just keep meleeing over and over and over and over and over again. And then, like right before the combo finishes, you do this like an ultimate move, and I mean, that's incredibly cheap. But there's certain points during certain bonus battles where you pretty much just had to do that to have a reasonable chance of winning. And likewise, you had to do a similar thing for some of the story battles, which were just frustrating. Not all of them, but like not even the majority of them, but just some of them. Which like a lot of the Goku Black stuff, I felt like you had to do that. Yeah, it's just really annoying. Also, some of the completions for the story modes, because it's like, okay, there's story mode stuff, and it's this saga for this character, right? So instead of going through like the normal saga for the main game, and like you normally would go through the story every single time, and then like the branching what if paths, instead each character had their own saga, and then those had their own what if branches, and that's actually a fine way to do it. I don't mind that, but there were some issues with that because to get some of the what if things, you had to beat the game on the harder difficulty, which is like normal, which for the most part I played on that for almost all of it. But it ran into a situation where it's like, okay, to get the special side path, you had to play on that mode, which means you couldn't do it on easier if it was like way too hard. You still just had to tough it out, or you had to farm a bunch to get like a certain. You had to farm a bunch to get like a certain. How do I say it? You had to farm a bunch to get a certain wish from the dragon that lets you pretty much bypass it, which was all sorts of frustrating. So you're stuck in that sort of scenario because there would be some of the clear conditions were like ridiculous. Like one of the most ridiculous clear conditions. Where do we place Splitgate? 100%. I've never played Splitgate, so couldn't tell you, man. How is Splitgate? Anyway, as I looked up Splitgate real quick, one requirement, right? It'd be like, okay, you have to like beat down Trunks a certain amount, and then you have to get hit by his like ultimate attack. But the problem was that he just wouldn't throw the ultimate attack. Like it was hard to get him to charge because sometimes he just wouldn't charge up, right? I hit the search button. Like, what the fuck? Okay, 300 hours. Go fuck yourself. No, okay. I I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this is not. This is probably a really insanely annoying platinum, and it's not even a platinum actually. So yeah, this seems incredibly annoying. Just no way. But where was I at? I guess it's a good thing I waited to do this type of stream for so long because it's one of those that like I'm gonna run through most of these games on this list. Oh yeah, I did the E version of Ping Redux. But yeah, so it's like okay, Trunks doesn't. It's like getting first of all, even getting Trunks to charge his thing all the way up to where he can pull an ultimate out is very it takes forever. And then if he's going to use the ultimate, who knows? And even when he uses the ultimate, are you in the place where you can get hit? Because, like, for example, if he just knocked you away from a combo, like he just knocked you over and then he throws it, then you miss it because you're on the ground. Like, or if you're dodging his attacks because obviously you're trying to stay alive long enough for him to use it. What if you dodged away from it as he's throwing it, and then it's like you're fucked? So it's a very frustrating aspect in that. Or there's certain ones where like they wouldn't tell you, but you had to do a certain amount of damage within a certain amount of time. And so some of those were just like frustrating time wise. Uh, and then the other issue I had is like they put a lot of focus on Goku, which makes sense because Goku's the main character. So it's like okay, his story is like his like full saga thing is done really well. 300 hours is the cheat method. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. That tells me that the legit one is just way longer. That sucks. But obviously Goku's gonna get a bunch, and then so some of the new characters get a bunch too, like Goku Black and Jiren and shit like that. And those make sense because they're the newer characters, so obviously you want to like prop them up. But Vegeta is obviously the second main character of the series. Like, there's pretty much no denying that. And I'm not like a big Vegeta stan or anything. Like, he's fine. I usually dislike him more than I like, and I like him for the most part. But it's pretty clear during most of Dragon Ball Z, he's like the reason that things go to shit a lot of times. Like, he's the reason things went to shit for Cell. He's the reason that things go to shit for like the androids. Um, well, he's not the reason they go to shit for the androids, but like he definitely goads things in terms of like Android 18. Um, he's the reason things go to shit for the Majin Buu saga. Uh, obviously he creates the Saiyan saga, like essentially after the whole rat situation. He is kind of fucking shit up a little bit for the Frieza saga. Maybe 300 is accurate. I'm at 686 wins of the 1047 needed. And you have 5 days of total playtime. That still sounds incredibly annoying though. Also, where's the music? I could do music, but like normally what happens is I have my capture card plugged in for the game, but like because I'm not actually playing a game, I don't have anything going. Uh, what is this? What is this? Okay, so I'm gonna say if for any reason this gets claimed on copyright, just throwing it out. So hopefully not this stuff, but we'll see. But if anyone watches this far and wonders why the rest of this ends up getting muted, then we'll see. Yeah, we'll let it ride, I guess. It's just gonna play pretty low in the background. That'll work. I'm not too worried about it. It's all good. It's all good, Red. Just saying. But yeah, how you doing, Red? Apparently, I broke your heart earlier, as Rita said, because I didn't want to play whatever that new game is he's trying to get everyone to play. Some of the jazz bands really are aggressive with their. It's almost never the band that does it. It's always the fucking gum sucking like content ID that they just put in, but like the record company puts in. Seems like an easy 100%. It just seems like a long 100%. It seems like annoying, and the gameplay didn't really look exciting to me, which is like the main sticking point, I guess. Plus, I have other games I'm like in the middle of doing, specifically the Worms Rumble and Red Dead Redemption 1. Or was it? Yeah. So okay, Spark. So like, obviously, I make the point that like Vegeta's like main fucking one of the main characters of the series, obviously. And even though I'm not like a huge fan of him, it's like okay, he's there. Right, I'm a Gohan stan really, but like they just don't have Vegeta's fight against Goku in the first fight, which is like the most iconic fight and arguably the most iconic fight in anime like ever. The original Goku versus Vegeta fight. It's fuck like that stand like I don't know like it's like how the fuck are you gonna not have that? It's like yeah they had it from Goku's side and maybe you can make the argument they didn't want to like retread the same ground, but it's like dude it's fucking they retread the ground in other scenarios. Like you end up playing Goku Black shit just over and over and over again. Same thing with like Gear and shit. So it's like they felt the need to reuse those ones. Like why the fuck are you not reusing the most iconic fight? Like we really need the fucking Kui fight like instead of the Goku and Vegeta one. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. And then they had no super content whatsoever for Vegeta. Even though like Vegeta shows up in all the super arcs, he's there during like the Trunks one with Goku Black. He's there in the fucking Tournament of Power quite a bit. Actually, he's there in Resurrection F. He's fighting for Frieza or whatever. He's there during Battle of Gods. You could have gave him a quick Battle of Gods one where he fights Beerus for like that tiny little bit. I mean, granted it's not a whole lot, but like the others fucking one he fights quite a bit. How the fuck are you not gonna have any of that for that? That's ridiculous. Especially when it's reusing. Like yeah, you might have to get a couple more voice lines or something, but it's like all you gotta do is like reuse the shit. And then one other complaint I have about Sparking Zero is the pace mechanic. Like there's like beam moves and then there's moves that are rushes, right? The rush moves apparently used to lock on super crazy and they were OP as fuck. So they overcorrected it and the rush moves miss just constantly. At least when I played, I don't know if they fixed in a patch at any point, but like you pretty much just had to be like perfectly lined up with an enemy to use a rush. Whereas before, you say on the PS2 era games, like it tracks a little bit. Like obviously you don't want it to track like the most perfect ever. You want to be able for someone to dodge it, but not to the extent that fucking like there'll be times when the enemy literally does not move and you'll still miss. Like even though you're far enough back, the enemy's not moving. It's rushing right at it, just like misses. Like it completely fucking whiffs it. And that is very unacceptable. That's actually like that's a really bad design. That is objectively bad game design. Like there's no fucking so it's one of those situations where I can't give this game a 10 out of 10, nor would I want to. But it's so close to what makes a really good Budokai Tenkaichi game. That's very frustrating that it doesn't quite reach the highs that it needs to. So although I would give it like a 7.5 out of 10, like it's a bittersweet 7.5 out of 10. It's like fuck, you were so close to getting it. Like some of the tweaks and like you would have been like right there, man. It would have easily been like a 9 out of 10. I saw 20 hours completion time. Still though, those are probably the people that fucking sit there and played nothing but that the whole time. I might play it on space, like in terms of the community night shit, but I don't want to commit to any sort of 100% for anything. I feel like I already talked about Legacy of the Duelist because it would have been back for 20. Oh, now it's getting all fancy with the fucking jazz. Holy shit, it's getting all wacky. Legacy of the Duelist. Pretty much what happened is I just finished playing I did the campaigns initially, or sorry, I did all the original campaign. I did like half a GX campaign, which is about where I stopped watching the show about halfway through GX. I just didn't watch the series from there. I did some of these other things, so I went back and cleaned it up because I was like, fuck it, I'll clean up the stack. And I mean, it's a fun game, but really because I don't understand Yu-Gi-Oh past the point of GX. Like once you get past like regular summons, like I don't fucking know synchro summons, I don't know pendulum summons, I don't know link summons, XYZ shit. Like I don't fucking know, dude. So with those, I just made an Exodia deck and I just like kicked everyone's ass. That's pretty much what I did for those. And I used the Exodia deck to farm for some of these that like need like you couldn't really do that for the direct damage one, but you could kind of, because it's like, okay, you just add in some of these that like stall, like a lot of the Exodia things is like either just drawing a bunch and then a couple of like things to stall, like Mirror Force and Swords of Revealing Light and shit like that. So you could have the same sort of stall thing and then have like Giant Soldier of Stone or something, right? It's like that reflects damage, or like have like a strong monster, like some sort of monster that has like a bunch of attack but only can be summoned like normal summon in terms of you don't need to tribute at all, and you chain the fuck out of the Exodia one. But yeah, so I did that, and then I mean it's fun enough, even though like most of it I didn't really give that much of a shit about. I think it did enough of the Duelist Kingdom and enough of GX that it's like, oh, this is a cool retelling of the story. Later on I end up like buying and playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution, which is the same exact game but includes all the DLC that released, which I had bought I had bought the Duelist Kingdom DLC like on its own anyway, but it includes all the DLC from all the campaigns, and then it includes an entire was Arc V campaign, I think, because it only had like a tutorial mission and the initial Legacy of the Duelist. I didn't include the entire V Reign, whatever the fuck that is, and that's where you get the Link summon. So it's just the same game, but a lot more, and then also it comes with a Platinum, where the other one didn't. Those two together, I mean, really, I would look at Link Evolution as like the bigger deal between the two, I guess. There's no reason to buy the other one, that you just buy Link Evolution. But I bought the other one because that's the only one that was out at the time. I guess in terms of, like, what would I rate it? I guess. I mean, like a 7.5, I guess. I mean, if you like Yu-Gi-Oh, then I mean, there's Yu-Gi-Oh for you. I don't think it's the most amazing thing ever, but it's fun. We're here of this Home Safety Hotline game. I'm about to cop. Home Safety Hotline game. What? Here, let me look it up. Home Safety Hotline. What's my game? Home Safety Hotline on Steam. Analog horror-inspired telephone operator simulator where you answer incoming callers' questions about what's inside their home. No, never heard of it. Looks kind of interesting, I guess. Okay, where the fuck are we at? Looks unsettling as fuck. I'd be willing to like watch someone play a little bit of it, I guess. I can see how that would grab some people. It's not really my thing, but looks kind of neat, I guess. Where was I at? Okay, we already talked about Deliverance on the Moon, so there's no point. That's just the PS4 version. Lollipop Chainsaw, probably the same score that I gave Lollipop Chainsaw on PS3. I still need to go back and play more Repop, to be honest. I started playing it, and then what happened is I got distracted by fucking a bunch of other games that I was trying to hurry up and platinum before the end of the year, because I was trying to hit over 100 platinums by the end of the year. I got 116, actually, now that I think about it. So, like, that definitely worked. And I hit trophy level 600. I hit platinum 300, like, total platinum 300. So, like, a lot of the... And then I think I hit 85% completion, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So, like, I hit a lot of milestones at the end of last year. So that was pretty great. I need to go back to Lollipop Chainsaw. The Pedestrian, cool puzzle game. That's pretty much the best way to say it. It could be like, oh, you platinum this. It's like, yeah, okay. The thing is, did I use the exploits to platinum? I did. Or to 100% it rather, I did. But what I did afterwards is I actually, after doing that twice, I went back and I played the game like normally. Pretty fun for a puzzle game. I like the perspective of where you are constantly changes as you're going around like through signs. You're essentially just going through like random street signs and it's just changed it. Like it's cool. I had to look up like only one time on the puzzle though, because there was one in particular I was just like, I don't understand this like fucking at all. So I had to look it up and I was like, oh okay, that makes sense. See, the thing is, I don't know how much this game costs normally. This was on extra for free at one point, so that's how I played it. And if this is like a $5 game or something, I would say like it's probably like a 7.5 out of 10. Like it's fun. It's, you know, it does a cool thing for a puzzle game. It's not the most amazing thing ever, but you know, you enjoy your time. Jak and Daxter. I'm skipping one in particular because I'll come back to it in case anyone's wondering. Fuzzball sucked. Really free game, but that was one of those where it's like finding the insane CP difficulty was really annoying. Or maybe it was this one. No, it was this one. Sorry, this is the one I'm thinking of. I mean, the insane CP difficulty was also annoying too, but like it's just all of it was pretty annoying in the sense that like it was very cryptic to try to get this certain shit and then eventually get to this point and then try to win. So I wouldn't really recommend the game. Probably like a 4 out of 10. Probably like a 3 out of 10 if I'm being honest. Like it's kind of neat from the perspective of like, oh, they hid something like horror-ish in the game. That's kind of neat. Like in terms of like trophy hunting for it, it's like, oh, this sucks. Jak and Daxter. It had a different trophy list for the like the redone versions. Because in between the first list and the second list of Jak and Daxter in terms of like the PS4 ones, there was a period of which they released a bunch of PS2 classic games for years, and they stopped releasing it for like a few years. And that was with the old PS2 emulator, and then they made a new PS2 emulator, which started with Sly Cooper, which both not only allowed a PS5 versions of games as well, but included like rewind features and shit like that. And so they did that. They went back and did that for Jak 1 specifically as well. And so Jak 1 got an initial, like, got an extra PS4 stack as well as PS5. Obviously, it's still my favorite game of all time, but yeah, there are some kind of... I think this is a case where the trophies actually, like, the new trophies do enhance some of it. Like, hey, look at towards Handover Village from the top of Golem Maya Citadel. Like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like it gives you a reason to be like, oh wow, this map is super huge, look at how it all connects. Like, I don't know, it's kind of neat, I guess. You know, getting a score and like the racing thing, that's kind of fun, I guess. 25 cooling balloons, like it gives you something kind of more unique to go for in the lava tube that you might not otherwise do. Break the 15 barrels thing is kind of whatever, doesn't really do much. This one was kind of more annoying than it needs to be, but it's like, oh, that's a new, unique challenge. This one in particular was a unique challenge, Daxter's performance. It's cool. I mean, it gave you like a way in which you had to do things differently. It kind of reminds me a bit of like Hat in Time. There's a certain Death Wish on the Mafia map, the nighttime Mafia map, where you have to do it in a certain amount of jumps. And it's like those are cool ways to recontextualize the platforming in the game. It's like, okay, what can you do? Like, how can you make use of the movement tech in such a way that you're avoiding jumping, which is obviously the main mechanic for a platformer. Like, it's just neat. So I like that. But otherwise, I mean, really, this didn't do like a whole lot different. Otherwise it's just Jak and Daxter. That's what it is. So still 10 out of 10 for me, absolutely. The PS4 version specifically, like I don't know if they fixed it, but the PS4 version of like the new emulator sucked. Like it was actually like it ran like shit for some reason. Bunch of bugs. Uh, that were not in the PS5 version of the same game, which is very odd, and not in the original PS4 version either. So very strange. I already talked about Bunny Raiders. I found out there was an EU version. War Theater sucked. 2 out of 10, I guess. I didn't enjoy it. It's one of those like tactical type of games where it's like, oh, like every time you move, the enemy moves, sort of deal. You had to keep farming this thing over and over again. You'd have to choose a certain mission and then just like farm the mission and then just over and over and over and over. Like it's just boring as fuck. Um, Ghost Sim 3, especially because I very recently did Ghost Sim. I did the DLC of Ghost Sim like later on, a month after, I guess, 2 months after, I guess. And then I did just very recently Ghost Sim Remastered. I can say for sure Ghost Sim 3 is just better than Ghost Sim 1 in pretty much every conceivable way. Like, Ghost Sim 1 has a lot of annoying controls, and it's like, haha, that's the point of the game, and I get that, obviously. And that is fun and novel for itself, but at the same time, when you're trying to go for like trophy hunting things, when you're trying to do certain sort of tasks that require you, like the trophies require you to do these tasks, it does get frustrating when the character doesn't control that well at all in certain aspects. Like the way in which you can get stuck in certain areas is, can be very frustrating at times. Because like, oh well, now I gotta waste another 5 minutes getting back to this area, whatever. So that could be annoying. Ghost Sim 3, I feel like doesn't really have any of those problems. Also, the map is like fucking massive. Like the map is way larger than Ghost Sim 1, which is incredibly noticeable when you go back to it. Um, and I did like the mission system, like the way in which you do tasks way more in Ghost Sim 3. Like it hits the right amount of dopamine, I guess, for lack of a better way of saying it. It's like, oh, you do this task, and it's like it crosses off checklists. Whereas Ghost Sim 1 was more so like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I did kind of cross it off to an extent. All they did really is they contributed to a score, which didn't matter. Like, I mean, who plays Ghost Sim to get the highest score? Like, maybe do it like once or something, because it's like, oh, let's see what I can get. But otherwise, like, no one gives a shit. You just go in there to like fuck around essentially. And shout out to me stuttering, of course. But that's all, folks. But yeah, Ghost Sim 3 is just better than everywhere. Uh, I'm hoping to pick it. The game's wishlisted for me on PlayStation right now, so like if it goes on sale a decent amount for PS4, I will buy the thing because it will be PS4 and PS5, of course. Um, and I will buy it and then do the PS4 stack, which I have not done yet, and then hopefully the DLC along with it for both of them because it would get both of them. A friend of the stream, Rios, is pointing out that I say the word both with an L a lot of times. I say both, and it bothers shit out of me ever since. It's been like a week now of that shit. So, but yeah, I wouldn't mind doing Ghost Sim again. Ghost Sim 3 specifically. I'd say I did Ghost Sim 1 recently, as I already mentioned. So Ghost Sim 3, it's like, okay, what would I give it in terms of score? I want to say like 8 out of 10. Like, it was very enjoyable. And it's definitely better than Ghost Sim 1. Like, Ghost Sim 1, especially after playing all the DLC and shit, probably more like a 7 out of 10. Still enjoyable, but like, it's just not nearly as polished of a game. Plus, like, all the unique, like, interaction shit, like the references, I feel like the DLCs of Ghost Sim 1 do the references better than the main game Ghost Sim 1.
But then Ghost Sim 3 just takes that and like does it even better. Like the Fallout reference, for example, is there's a Fallout reference in Wasted Space DLC of Ghost Sim 1, and there's a Fallout reference in Ghost Sim 3, and the Ghost Sim 3 one's just way better. Why would you sim something you already live as? Am I a goat? Do I look like a goat to you? Meh. Oh, you're making. Hold on, I gotta understand the joke now. Sorry, I'm slow. Sometimes it's fine. I'm slow on the upkeep. Thank you, King, for your comment, for your praise of little old me. I am the goat indeed. But yeah, I mean, Ghost Sim is goated for the most part. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for the first one, and then 7 out of 10 for the Ghost Sim 1. I might as well just go up to Ghost Sim 1 and talk about it first before we continue onward, I guess. So Ghost Sim 1, 83 trophies, right? And that's because it's the main game has 31 trophies, and then each DLC, like MMO DLC has 13, GoZ has 13, Payday 1 has 13, Wasted Space has 13. So altogether, 83. Ghost Sim Remastered has all the same DLCs. It's only 42 trophies, so it's almost cut in half. And in fact, it includes an extra DLC, the mobile only DLC, which is called the fuck is it? Buck to School. It's called Buck to School. So what they did is essentially they just like removed some DLCs or some trophies from all the DLCs and from the main game, which is weird, including Flappy Goat. They removed the famous Flappy Goat that everyone hates. But when I streamed it recently, I did Flappy Goat on stream, like even though I didn't get a trophy out of it, I still did it anyway because I'm fucking cracked. Unlike all those fucking losers, the Flat Master scored 10 points in Flappy Goat. Bunch of fucking people being like, "Wait, I can't do it. Can someone do this for me on the fucking on the share play, please? I just my fingers aren't good at video games. I play Ghost Sim and I need the platinum, but I'm just terrible at hitting the X button. I'm terrible at timing. Like, fuck you, you're a loser. Not like me, I'm a fucking champion. I mean, I'm only exaggerating a little bit, but honestly, I think the amount of people I've seen complain about the Flappy Goat trophy is actually insane. Like, it's not that hard, dude. Like, I understand. I can see how it's a little difficult. Like, it took me a bunch of attempts, but it took me, like, what, like 10 minutes to do it? Like, when I was extremely rusty. Like, fuck, man, it's not that hard. Like, it's just about getting that timing. Gypsy with the gamer flex. Yeah, I do have the gamer flex. Let's see. Hold on. Where is it? It's the most recent video that actually that went on the channel.
I
Look
don't
at
know
this.
if I fucking hit that video game. I think I didn't personally.
We're watching it back because I want to watch it back. I don't care. Look at that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's the big one, number 10.
I did it. Yo, I fucking did it. I don't even get a trophy out of it, but I did it anyway. Fuck you. I flappied. I flappied and I goaded.
Anyway, I flappied and I goaded. So yeah, how you doing, Fame? Hopefully well. So I did flapping, I did goat. Um, I don't want to like not bad, mate. That's good to hear. I don't want to go through and give a score for each individual DLC, but I will say that like the MMO DLC was my favorite. It's definitely peak of the like all the Goat Sim DLCs. Go Z was fine, little annoying at times, but like mostly fine. Um, Payday was cool too, very good. Wake to Space sucked, and it really like it was okay for the most part, but the main issue was this trophy. Where the fuck is it? Luckily, they removed this one. Like this one was worse than Flappy Go, dude. So if people wanted to complain, they should complain about this one. Blow up all pirate ships and shoot down 30 police ships. Like the flight controls on the Wasted Space DLC are fucking horrendous. Same thing with Destroy All Freighters, by the way. Like they're just bad. Like they're really. they're not bad in like a funny way, in the way that like Ghost Sim, like you're running around and you get hit by a car or something, your character flops over because he's a goat, whatever. Like that's funny. But like what's not funny is when you gotta try to destroy these craters and like the flight controls are so awful that it's like this is just unpleasant to play. Like if this wasn't like Aha the ironic game, what would happen is people would rightfully call it out as like this is bullshit, but because it's Ghost Sim, you know, you're gonna be like, oh, that's the appeal, guys. It's like, you know, I don't know. They're like, I think they missed the mark on that one. Like personally, um, and then Buck to School was like pretty okay. I think that would have been cool playing it on the phone. Like on the console, it's kind of whatever. Like it's pretty bare bones, but they could have just not included it, I guess. And so I'm surprised they did include it, and I'm happy they included it because it's more Ghost Sim content. But yeah, in terms of the Ghost Sim, the trophies, I mean, I've even debated maybe getting the PS3 version just 100% of it, but I because there's no DLCs with it either. But like, I don't think I will because that seems insane to do. Because I assume it's never gonna go on sale. Uh, Those him, but then yeah, I said before, like I'll buy the PS4 version when it goes on sale, then hopefully get the DLC as well, and so I'll have all those platted up. Anyway, back to where I was at initially. AA dynamic scenes, 2 out of 10. Like, oh yeah, probably 1 out of 10. Let's be. If I did any of these, like these puzzle ones, like these really slop ones, as 2 out of 10s, mark them all down to 1 out of 10s, because it's just shitty puzzles that are like free games that take an hour or two to do. I know this one says like 2 days, but that's probably because this one took like maybe like 3 hours if I had to guess. But yeah, dumb, stupid shit. Who cares? Coffee talk. Coffee talk's not really fair for me to talk about because I mainly just cheese through it. But that's only because I saw a friend of the stream, Beach Cola, play through the majority of it. So there was no point in me like I knew a good chunk of the story already from the game. So like it'd be pointless for me to go through it because most of the appeal of Coffee Talk, the vast majority of the appeal of Coffee Talk is the story shit. Like the cozy little like, oh, well, these are the lives of the people that want to drink coffee and you get to talk with them, you know. Like I already knew most of that, and I mean it's good, but like there's no point in me rating it because yeah, I just went through all of it and didn't really play it properly. I love sales. Got 3 horror games and 3 shovelware games for $20. Nice. What'd you get? Coffee Talk 8.5 out of 10. One of the best visual novel games. In terms of the story, I guess I can rate the story. Um, yeah, I feel like the story is probably like a 7.5 and 8 for me, depending. Like I said, most of it I got from like watching someone else play it. Yeah, at least a year before this. And yeah, it's cool. I like it. Also, the girl that's on the cover there's cute, so you know, it's like it's my type of vibe with women. I think the kind of punky, uh, coffee shop chick aesthetics, like right up, you know, like scene kid, like the scene kid kind of like aesthetic, but not nearly as like like less cringy, like the more matured like scene kid, you know, scene kid when they're you know, they grew up a bit and they're not fucking like looking like blood on the dance floor people. The Hotline game. Oh yeah, the one you were talking about, Project 13 Taxidermy, Word Tales game, 3 stacks to Crush. What the fuck is Crush? I don't know what the fuck that means. Yeah, I respect it. Get on that grind. Uh, Speaking of grind, let's talk about the other kids game I played, the Patrick Star game. The one where I did a shitty Patrick Star impression for the entire 2 stream. This was fun, dude. I was playing this at fucking. Unfortunately, I tried to get this platinum before the New Year came over. Actually, just celebrating the New Year with Rios by like a few minutes because I tried so hard to get this done before the fucking midnight, but it just did. Yeah, I guess it went 27 minutes past mid. It's because like there's certain parts of the game that are like frustrating. I gotta say, and it's definitely not worth like a huge amount of money, especially when you have a game like say SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, which is just objectively a better game. But like, it's cool to run around I guess Bikini Bottom do some other shit. But yeah, it's frustrating to do any of the. I mean, some of the shit just isn't spelled out clearly, and some of the controls suck ass. So I mean, there's those things, but otherwise it's fine. I mean, so I'd probably give this like a 4 out of 5, I guess. Like it could be worse, and I mean definitely could be better. But like yeah, see, look at this recent forum post, not fun mostly. That probably sums it up the best. Like it's mostly not fun, but I mean it's kind of a little bit there. Plus you have classics such as what classic fucking video. Hold on, go to the channel. That's better. Nobody pay attention to the fact that I have one of these. I blurred out a certain thumbnail a little bit just so hopefully YouTube doesn't feel too bad about it. Oh yeah, you might like this one, Red, just because it's Ritos and featuring Ritos on this.
Oh, I found another mayonnaise. Oh, 3 out of 5. Fuck. I'm so close. I can taste the mayonnaise on my lips. I knew you'd like that.
I don't know if that caught too well, and his like he does the Rios does the gag noise there, and then he says disgusting. The disgusting might not have picked up on the desktop. It's the mayonnaise on my lips. Just did that voice for like the entire fucking stream. So it's like that's probably one of the most fun streams I've ever had. Is just doing a stupid voice for fucking 4 hours. I think it was 2 different streams, yeah. Or no, was it just the one stream? I think it was the one stream. The reason I'm remembering it as 2 different things is because what happened is I think it was 2 different streams, but I took a break in between, but it was like the same night essentially. Or maybe I did, or maybe I'm just thinking about the fact that I did more like on the next day. Because I played like both versions of this. Both versions of this. But yeah, anyway. Shitty game, whatever. Well, 4 out of 10. It's an okay-ish game. Injustice 2, finally. I already talked about this one, I'm pretty sure, but essentially what happened is I eventually got the Legendary Edition on disc. And so that let me get the one trophy I was fucking missing forever. Which was the... Where is it? Where the fuck is it? 2025. Darkseid must defeat any opponent after something. Like, basically what happened is I got the main game, like the normal game. And then I bought some ultimate upgrade or something. But the thing is, the ultimate upgrade didn't come with Darkseid. Darkseid came as a pre-order bonus for like the main people, and for some reason they just didn't include him for the Ultimate Edition, even though the Ultimate Edition has literally everything else, besides like 2 shaders and a fucking character for some reason. So the only way I could have done it is either I could have bought Darkseid for $6 just by himself when he never goes on sale. B, I could have bought the Legendary Edition upgrade for also $6. Maybe they're $5 each, I don't know, but the point being like they're the same price. And it's like I literally had everything from the Legendary Edition besides some sort of like shader thing that I didn't give a fuck about. Maybe they're yeah, I think it was shaders. It was either that or like outfit colors, but like either way, it was like some inconsequential bullshit that didn't matter. Or C, what I did is I just bought the game on disc, which has all the DLC on disc, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, I still have the original Injustice 2 around here somewhere. I haven't had a chance to sell it yet, but I plan on doing that. I prefer having things on disc when I can. That said, I find it incredibly frustrating that the new Mortal Kombat game, Mortal Kombat 1, I've been holding off for a similar reason because I kind of got sick and tired of having to buy DLCs over and over again. Same thing with Mortal Kombat and same thing with Mortal Kombat 11, same thing with Injustice, where I'd spend money on DLCs and then eventually just get like the special edition anyway. So I don't have the special edition of Mortal Kombat 11, but I do have the special edition of... I don't know, do I? I might actually have the special edition of Mortal Kombat 11, hold on. I think I do have the one for 11. I definitely have the one for Injustice for PS4. And I don't have the one for Injustice 2, although I do now, but I didn't initially. And I don't have the one for Mortal Kombat 10. I don't have the I don't know if there was one for Mortal Kombat 9, I assume not. But yeah, anyway, Mortal Kombat 1 comes out with one, like they're gonna release soon, Mortal Kombat 1 Definitive Edition. There's no physical disc being made of it, it's just digital. Like, fuck you, dude. So it's like, I held off for all the DLC, and it's like, okay, well now I'm just gonna wait till it's like heavily discounted. Like, you're an asshole. And Warner Brothers sucks and they're greedy, but like at least that was like the one saving grace with Warner Brothers is that at least they would release physical editions of discs, and now they don't, I guess, for like their definitive, which is lame. Like more so that they would do like Game of the Year editions that had shit on the disc specifically, because a lot of times it'd be like, oh, yeah, some companies will do like that sort of thing, but it comes with like vouchers, like codes that you just download instead, and it's essentially just the regular disc with DLC codes shoved in the thing, but they actually put it on the disc, like printed it in the game, so even if you play it offline, you still have all of it. See, I don't know when I'm going to play Mortal Kombat 1. Unfortunate. I assume, like I said, that I already talked about Injustice 2 already, but essentially, like, the same thing as before, Catcall is a bullshit trophy, and that one little thing I had with the Dark Side thing was kind of ridiculous, but otherwise it's mostly pretty easy. Maybe the level 30 with, or was it level 20 with every character? Because level 30, there's one with 30 with any character, single character, but I think you had to get level 20 with all the characters. Yeah, this one sucked too. This is just a mindless grind, which sucks ass. Otherwise, like, I mean, simple enough, and I do enjoy Injustice 2, both the story and just the general gameplay of it, but there's issues with it, like the mother box things are stupid and some of the other things I mentioned, but like, overall, fine game, probably an 8, could be, well, probably 7.5. I think I would be willing to give it like an 8.5 if it didn't have the mother box. It was completely just fucking everything up with like stat bonuses connected to armor pieces, like cosmetics shit, which is dumb as hell. Plastic Duck Simulator. I don't even know if it's fair to rate this because it's not a game. Like, it's just a screensaver. There's very little input you actually have to control things. You can like reset where the ducks spawn, and that can help a little bit. Like in terms of like you can reset the map and they'll spawn all the ducks that have already spawned in, and so that can help you with like certain trophies. But otherwise, it's just like you sit there and like let the game play itself. And they kept adding more and more DLC. Like I bought the first DLC when I bought the game initially because I was like, oh yeah, I'll support it a little bit, right? It's like it's kind of a dumb game, but it's whatever, right? But then it's like they just keep releasing more and more DLC, and I feel like the prices aren't really good for them at all, and it's so fucking stupid that they keep releasing more of these because it's just a bunch of stupid bullshit. It just feels like a money making scheme, so like I stopped fucking buying into it. And also, which is doubly stupid, it doesn't come with the PS5 version. Like when you buy the PS4 version, I had the PS4 in it, like obviously North American version. Most games you get the free upgrade to the PS5 version, but you don't get that with Plastic Duck Simulator, so that's like dumb as fuck. So I mean, I don't know, like not a game out of 10. I don't know what to rate it. Like it's fun if you're like playing with other people watching and like you name the ducks certain things like after like people, and it's like, oh wow, look at there's my friend Ted over there, oh he's gonna knock into Jesse, oh like, and so like those are like fun interactions, but otherwise it's kind of whatever. Like I'm probably never gonna touch the game again if I had to imagine, so probably like a 4 out of 10. I mean it serves its like one purpose for like a fun little gag thing, and that's it, and that's kind of whatever. Doom 64 I mainly cheated, so I can't really rate it. I just jumped around with like level selection shit. Schizo talk? What does that mean? Are you saying I'm just like going all over the place with how I'm rating shit, or are you just a huge fan of Plastic Duck? My friend Joe bumped into Terry. I mean, it's fun for that if people are watching. Like, I'm pretty sure you were the one that was watching me do it in one of the community nights or something when we were doing shit. Like, it's fun, but it's just not. I love Plastic Duck Sim with my friend Joe who bumped into Terry. Fair enough. It's just not it's not a game. It's just a screensaver. Essentially, it's just it's hard to rate it. But anyway, Doom 64, I just cheesed it, so I can't really rate that. Not fair for me to rate it. Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue. I played this like when I was really young, and so I do have like a little bit of nostalgia for it, but I don't think it's nearly as good of a game as people like say it is, but it's impressive for its time, I will say. But yeah, I mean, it just looks fucking horrendous. And the controls are a little iffy, but like in terms of platformer, it's a fun platformer. In terms of the like 64 era, you're not gonna beat fucking, like Mario 64 or something that's way more smooth than whatever the fuck this is, but certainly interesting for an attempt at like a 3D world going around sort of shit. Probably like a 6.5 out of 10. I respect it more than I like it, I will say. Like, if we went with like a respect thing, it'd probably be more like a 7.5 or an 8, but like in terms of just actually enjoying it, not so much. Toy Story 3, on the other hand, it's unfortunate because they ditched the 3D like world that you go around in the world sort of deal for the most part, for a much more linear pathing. Son of a bitch. Hey, thanks for the follow, Lone Expert Gamer. How you doing? I did. It's interesting, but the game is for Plastic Duck Simulator. Yeah. Oh wait, are you talking about Doom? You might be talking about Doom. I'm not sure. Tell me what game you're talking about, because I talked through a couple of these. Oh, I like that emote. It's fun. Little light sticks for the concert sort of shit. Almost 4 in the morning. I think that's normal. How about you? Yeah, it's almost okay. So you live on the West Coast then, just like me. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I'm just going over like old games that I've played on my PSN. Yeah, I mainly trophy hunt on PlayStation for the most part. We're almost at the end of the list. We actually might finish the list today. This was the 10th video of these I've done in the past. Yeah, thanks for the follow for sure. That puts us up to 185 actually. So we're almost close to the 200 follower goal. That'd be fun. I had to commission my artist for something once I do it for something stupid that I made a joke to friend of the stream Johnny Mortem, and now I have to commit to it because I'm that type of person. What's your favorite platinum? My #1 favorite game is Jak and Daxter. Oh, why am I like all? Oh, let me change the fucking expression of this character. I must have hit a number at some point and not realized it. There we go. That one. I like that one more. My character is mainly based on Jak and Daxter, so Jak and Daxter is, you know, my fucking love child, essentially. That's my favorite game of all the time. The first one. So definitely my favorite. I mean, it's hard to say if that's my favorite platinum, though. I suppose you could make an argument for, like, these are my favorite games, I'd say, for sure, in terms of the games I've trophy hunted. Maybe I would mix up a couple of them now. Like, Jak and Daxter 1 would definitely be up there. Bully's up there for sure. Dishonored's up there for sure. These are some of my favorite games all the time. Black Ops 1 for sure. Kingdom Hearts 2 for sure. The Godfather 2, absolutely. GoldenEye 007 Reloaded for sure. Do like Wild Arms 3 a lot, but Metal Hellsinger might actually mess that up between, and then Yakuza 0. I've platinum Yakuza 0, Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2, Yakuza 3, Yakuza 4, and Yakuza 5, all those are the remastered ones, as I'm showcasing now. I haven't started Yakuza 6 yet, but that'll be like the next really big game that we start on the stream. I did a couple like little games in between here and there. Like I'm trying to just like buying time until I feel like, oh, alright, let's get back into that shit. Dishonored is fire. Are you more about get a platinum, or gotta say that 100% as well? It depends. If it's like, I don't really go out of my way to buy DLCs for games. So if it's a free DLC, I'll do it. But if it's like one of those buy ones, it's like, okay, is DLC like something that I want to play? If so, then I'll buy it, right? But like something like this, for example, right? Like I use GameFly, so I rent games a bunch, and so it's like, dude, I'm not gonna pay like extra money to get like the cat DLC that adds barely fucking anything, and it's like $20 or some shit for some dumbass cat. It's just because it's like, instead, if I don't do that, then I have 95% earned. Like, fuck that, dude. That sucks. It's lame. Or like Power Wash Simulator, that's a good example. I do not care about Warhammer at all. I have no interest in it. I'm not opposed to Warhammer, and like, you know, I'm not like a hater or anything. It doesn't mean anything to me, right? I have no feelings towards it one way or the other. So I'm never going to buy that DLC unless it goes insanely on sale. But I do like Back to the Future, so I did that one. I do like SpongeBob, so I did that one. I do like Alice in Wonderland, so I did that. I do like Shrek, so I did that. And then once the Wallace and Gromit one goes on sale, I will get that because fuck yeah. 100% fuck yeah. Or like, I was just saying this earlier right before you joined the Plastic Duck Simulator. I feel like they're kind of fleecing people for all the DLC they keep adding over and over and over again. And I'm not going to buy them even though they'd be insanely easy to do. And if I wait long enough, they probably go on sale. Like, fuck that. I ain't getting fleeced anymore on that. Yeah, Dishonored, speaking of Dishonored was my 100th platinum. Dishonored 2 specifically. If I were to go quickly, I don't know how much you can see it over my character's face that blocks probably this part of the screen here, but like first platinum, Infamous. Technically my first platinum is the Godfather game because I did it on my dad's account, but and so it actually ends up being like my second or third platinum on my main account. I think second. 10th platinum, LA Noire. 20th platinum, The Walking Dead Season 1, 30th platinum, GTA 5, 40th platinum, Life is Strange 1, 50th, Crash Bandicoot Warped, 75th, Jak 3, 100th, Dishonored 2. I planned that one out because I played Dishonored, like, 1 for the first time. We can probably scroll back down to it, actually. Right here. So, assuming that nothing has changed in the ordering here, Dishonored 2 is the 100th, so 99, 98, 97, 96, 95, 94, 93, so Dishonored should have been around like 93 or so. Actually, no, that can't be right. So what happened? I know it's not right because I've been keeping a thing on Blue Sky where I actually found the list of like trophies in order in terms of the platinums. So what happened is I must have got some DLC trophies in one of the other games and it bumped it up higher. But the point being, Dishonored wanted on PS3 and PS4 were around like 91, 92 platinum. And I love those games. I love that game so much. I decided for my milestone 100th platinum, it had to be Dishonored 2, and very glad about that. And then of course I did Death of the Outsider right afterwards. Later on, I've also done Deathloop a couple years ago, I want to say. Where the fuck is Deathloop? It would have been further down here. Oh, we already talked about Black Ops 2. Yeah, damn. Deathloop should be somewhere around here. Yeah, Deathloop fucking rocks too. I like Dishonored more, but like whatever. From that way too, or if 100% is ridiculous, Dishonored, Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance. I don't have the platinum either of those games yet. MGS RR is really hard. I took a break. That's hard. 100% Batman Arkham Asylum. Like 5 times I saw the your trophy timestamp thing. I think it was Asylum at least. Oh yeah, you saw my shit just as you're going through and like they showcased it. That's cool. Yeah, I did Batman Arkham City is actually one of those examples where like I won't do the trophies because I find them to be incredibly tedious. The Robin bundle, the Nightwing bundle, the Catwoman stuff. I find the hey, do the entirety of like every single fucking Predator and Combat map as these characters. I find that to be just grind for the sake of grind. Like there's no fucking point to it because there's just so many challenges that it just feels like you're just padding. Like that's what I feel like when I see the trophies like that. And so those are trophies that I'm not done. What burns my ass though, the PS3 version of Arkham City, where the fuck is it? The PS3 version of Arkham City, which I fucking sold, and same thing, I like skipped those certain trophies for like the Catwoman shit and yada yada, which is I'm fine with, but like I'm so annoyed that this was back during the time where I wasn't that big of a trophy hunter, because this Snap to It trophy is so fucking easy to do. It's one of the easiest things to do, and I just have no chance of doing it anymore, because it's like I'm not gonna buy the DLC. Like I'm not gonna go out and like pay like $8 for one trophy that's a bronze trophy, and it doesn't even count for platinum or anything. But it bothers me. If I could find someone to like borrow it from for like 5 minutes and get that trophy and then give it back to them, like I would do that in a heartbeat. But very frustrating otherwise. Likewise with Batman Arkham Asylum, even though I had a chance to do the online trophies, I think before the server shut down, I didn't do that because it's just like this sucks. It's not effort, and I don't want to do it. And then I did all the effort for Arkham Knights for the most part, but then there's just 2 of them that I had a lot of rough times with. These last 3 I thought were pretty rough. The AR Iceberg Challenge, the Monarch Theater Globulus shit, which seemed annoying as hell, and then I'm not really as good at the assault challenges. I'm much better at the Predator challenges. Yeah, do this flawless, free flow, do this one without getting hurt. Play this one for like 5 hours until fucking Crocodile shows up. And they're harder for them on purpose. Origin, not Sun. Oh, yeah. The criteria for getting a code for this game is insane. Keep in mind this is unpaid. What is this? Lurk It campaign. Oh, is this the fucking... Okay, this is what they're talking about. Yeah, I think someone was talking about this to me. I don't know if it was you or someone else about like, you can get keys for certain games depending... So what's the deal with this? 100 average concurrent viewers on either platform, 4,000 average views per video, 10,000 average views per short. Oh yeah, no fucking chance. For this game that no one's ever heard of, yeah, you can go fuck yourself on that. No shot. Probably me. Wasn't me. That's my response. Shout out to Shaggy. You know, that counts as a song reference. You know, we haven't done a song reference in a while, actually. Who the fuck with that audience would do an unpaid stream for that? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's like, that's pretty good. 100 average viewers, like, that's... what is it? It's 75 average viewers to become a partner on Twitch. Like, you got Kingdom Hearts Platinums. You're a Kingdom Hearts fan. The funny red dog. That's Clifford, you silly bitch. Yeah, I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan. In fact, I'm heavily debating making Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory my 400th platinum. I like my milestone platinums to be series that I really enjoy. So, for example, no, he's big. Well, fuck you too, alright? He's also a funny red dog. Just because, you know, big, small, doesn't matter. It's the name of the show. You didn't say if he was small or big. He doesn't even talk. You know what? You know who else didn't talk? Garfield. He has thought bubbles, but we still heard him anyway. You know what? You're gonna make me pull out Garfield, aren't you? Let's do it. You've done Russell the Jimmies for too long. Where the hell is my shit? I gotta waste my time finding this because you're silly. Where the fuck is it? Actually, I don't even know where it is. Okay, hold on. It'll be Necoark for a second while we figure out which button this is. There we go. We're Garfield now. He talks in thought bubbles, so he doesn't actually have a mouth open animation. That's awesome, man. Cage's Fire, what's your favorite one? Okay, hold on, let's pull up Kingdom Hearts while we're doing this. Anyway, I guess I didn't ever finish that list, I suppose. So the 100th was Dishonored, 125th was Yakuza 0, 150th was Sly Cooper Thief in Time, 175th was Family Feud, that one sucks, fuck that one. My 10,000 total trophy and my 200th platinum are the same trophy that the platinum for Yakuza 4. That took a little bit of coordination to do, if you can believe it. 225 is Deathloop, 250 is Chicken Police, 300 is Daxter, 350 is McJunior Party Adventure, which honestly I'm not a huge fan of that one. I'm really not a huge fan of that one, but it is what it is. Yeah, I want 400 to be Kingdom Hearts, ideally. The main series I wouldn't mind it being is like Fallout, for example, if I can get a good Fallout game, which I don't want to really play 76, and I definitely don't want to do freaking Shelter. If they do the Fallout 3 remaster like they're planning on it, I wouldn't mind that one being like Platinum 500, depending. If it's somewhere where I can reasonably do it. Where the fuck is Kingdom Hearts? I gotta find a Kingdom Hearts game. Hold on. It's gonna be way down the list because I did them all like way back when. Yeah, so I have all these done. As you can tell, these check marks means that I did everything in them. I also platinum Kingdom Hearts 3 very quickly after it came out, but the problem is like the DLC came out way later, and by that time I already moved on to other games. Clearly, I'm never going to do the Asian stack of Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't buy regional stacks. I'll do them if they're free regional stacks, like if it's a free game on PlayStation Plus, and I do have like regional accounts for that. Otherwise, I don't do it. And then, yeah, I haven't done Melody of Memory at all, even though I own it. I 100% like the demo, but the demo resets every time, and obviously you can't transfer over the demo to the main game. This is also a game I can't stream because it's Disney music, so it's like if I decided to get killed by a Disney lawyer, maybe I would stream it, but otherwise there's no point in me streaming. But yeah, I need to go back and do the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3 as well as Melody of Memory, but I don't know, it just depends. The Outer Worlds is like another game where I'm like, fuck, I need to go back and do the DLC. I own it, another sort of situation. I platinumed it, loved it. A lot of people seem to have issues with it. I have some issues with it, but I still think it's a great game. But they released the DLC. I bought the pack thing for the pass for it like before it came out. Then I moved on to a different game, and by the time it came out, I started to go back to it. Outer Worlds DLC was hella mid. No opinion on that myself because I never played it. So, I mean, you could be right, except for the murder one, actually. On the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3, wait, hold on. Yeah, I've started to fall back from the fucking who's talking. Okay, what do we got here? Favorite Kingdom Hearts. Okay, favorite Kingdom Hearts. Probably 2. I know that's like a bit of a bitch boy answer, because that's a lot of people's favorites. I do like Chain of Memories a lot. A lot of people don't like that one. You know, it's kind of a love it or hate it sort of deal. I do like Birth by Sleep. It hasn't like the most bullshit bosses in the series. Mysterious Figure is just ridiculous. Vanitas, anytime Vanitas is just like existing on screen, he's kind of bullshit. Like the fact that like all he needs to do is like he's allowed to teleport if he wants to, but he should take damage at the same time he teleports. That's how you balance it. Not like the fucking you sit there and extend the fight for 5 years because he doesn't take the damage and he just teleports every fucking second hit. Like that's unfair. I'd rather he have healing like the fucking some of the other bosses did than to do that shit like that. I love Kingdom Hearts 1, but honestly, like in terms of, I don't think it was balanced well at all for Proud Mode. I think there's a lot of issues I have with Kingdom Hearts 1, so that's why Kingdom Hearts 1 isn't like my favorite. Days was okay. I actually owned it on DS. Birth by Sleep's cool. Dream Drop Distance is pretty cool, but the Dream Meters kind of make it like tedious as fuck sometimes. Kingdom Hearts 3, I really loved Kingdom Hearts 3. A lot of people shit talked it, but to be honest, I think it's a great game. There's only a couple issues I had with it. They just never want to do anything with Kairi in Kingdom Hearts, and as a Kairi stan, it fucking just irritates me to no end. Like, goddamn it! Like, not even counting the fact that I stand shit. I mean, that's obviously I'm like joking to an extent, but like, you know, fuck it, we're gonna be Neko Arc for a little bit. It's not even like it's like she's a princess of heart and a Keyblade wielder, and the fact that it's a very unique thing in the series. Like no other character, like no other princess of heart is actually that involved in the fighting of the Heartless. And that's a really unique angle that you could dive into. And they don't. And I know that Melody of Memory that has a little bit of that shit, like more Kairi shit. So I'm excited for that, but like, it's like, fuck man. Like, why do you have to just, like, she doesn't need to be a damsel in distress every goddamn game. Like, fuck. Very irritating. Why does Garfield kind of, wait, what? Why does Garfield kind of have a dumpy? I don't know, man. I didn't make the picture. That's just one I stole off the internet. Birth by Sleep was annoying. I liked it, but yeah, the bosses were bullshit. I really like the fucking command board on Birth by Sleep. A lot of people sleep on that, like they hate it. And I'm a command board defender. DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3 is, yeah, cry. Well, this is hard unless you use the cheats. Yeah, I do wonder. I would do it enough to like get the trophies, but I don't know, like in terms of how annoying that is. I know there's like, you have to beat it with like a certain score with like all the hard ones, but I also wouldn't mind doing the crit thing for it. Because I didn't do critical, as it wasn't out at launch, which is fucking insane. But I beat the game normally. But I'd probably do the trophy hunting on the normal one. But it depends. I don't try to stream Cage games due to a lot of copyright music. It's unfortunate because I would. I know some people do, but me personally, I'm cool. Yeah, I guess that's true that would be an issue in a lot of them, but especially the Melody of Memory, I feel like, because it's literally just the music and nothing else. If I'm out there doing fucking anything like, oh boy, here, I'm gonna do any sort of things from Atlantica, like here's part of your world, it's like, oh, there's the whole stream dropping down. It says 2 as well, or 358 over 2 days, yeah. It was cool for a DS game, I just, one game you won't really see me talk about is Coded, because I played Recoded, like I rented it, and I just got annoyed because at that point it's like, okay, people say it's like one of the best combats in terms of like the command board, or command deck shit. And I just got annoyed because it's like, dude, how many times have we replayed the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1? Again, like you did it in the main game, Kingdom Hearts 1, you did it in Rechain of Memories. It's like you're replaying a bunch of worlds in 358 over 2 days to an extent, obviously. And then you got fucking Recoded, and it's like, it's just retreading the same shit again. Like, dude, stop retreading the same shit. Like, it doesn't, you know, it's stupid. And then you find out the story doesn't really matter. It's like, okay, there's a data world thing, but it's like really, I mean, that's all you needed was like a fucking 2-minute explanation on why that matters for Kingdom Hearts 3. Everything else about it was a big old what the fuck ever. I mean, I know it's like, oh, but it also finds out about Ocean and whatever, you know, like who gives a shit? Whatever, man. Easily could have done that in other avenues besides that game. But yeah, I mean, I never got far enough to, I guess, judge the whole game. But I was just getting sick of like, give me some new content, I guess.